Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I wouldn't doubt it. But, I mean...
Because that would be stupid.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
Like I said, stupid.
I really, 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 really don't see Apple ever doing that.
I am Nadella. Well, I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Hey, welcome everybody to the Calling All Platforms Tech Podcast. My name is Wes, and I'm going to be your host today. I am here with Caleb.
Hello.
And Landon.
Hey.
And we are here to talk all things tech. So, guys, how's your week been?
Yeah, I didn't say howdy this time, so
Hey,
it's different
that's
already,
true.
and I'm not sure what to make of that. Also, just so the listeners are aware, yes, I do have a cold again. And yes, I'm losing my voice again. It's been about 6 weeks, so I figured that it was about time to, download an installation of Windows XP and get that connected to the internet so that I could get a few viruses, just to make sure that I was on my schedule of being sick on the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
we got to be
don't
consistent
wonder.
here.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about consistency earlier.
Consistency. I am consistently
Caleb
sick.
is always sick. We're going to have to just get a bubble for him. Call him Bubble Boy, which was a great movie. Did you guys see that one?
I actually haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen pieces.
Parts of it?
Yeah.
It was an old, what's his name? Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I think that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, old. Fun one. Anyway, we're here to talk about tech, not movies. Come on, Caleb. Jeez.
Sorry, I didn't even... I talked about Windows XP. Come on.
I'm proud of you. Browsers. Anyway, we're here. Just a couple average guys wanting to talk some tech. I don't think we have really anything too much new. I don't think Landon decided to go to Disneyland this last week, so
I wish.
Caleb did. We just don't have enough money, to do that.
I'm far too poor for anything like that.
Far too poor. I understand that. Did I tell you guys I actually fell through part of a deck stairs?
Nice.
I think you did mention
that
to
last
me
week.
before.
Yeah. So I recently have moved into a new location. It's a house, and some of the previous tenants didn't really take care of it. And on the outside, there's two decks. The one on the bottom and the one that's above. Well, to get to the one above, you can take these same wooden stairs to go up. Well, I was like, hey, to get a couch up or down to the upstairs, it's better to go through the deck doors because it's bigger.
Yeah, they're bigger.
So I'm like, sweet, let's do that. Luckily, I was on the bottom, and we were actually bringing one down, and I knew that one of the stairs was actually loose, and I was like, oh, I'll just step over that one. So I did, but apparently the one after that was loose as well. Didn't know. Fell through. I caught myself on the board after, but broke that one as well. Yeah. Home living.
Awesome.
Sweet. No, I'm okay, though. Really, I am. But it kind of sucked. But I was laughing the whole time. And I was like, did anybody get that on video at all? Or America's Funniest Home Videos right here. $10,000. Anyway, that was pretty fun. Not really. That sucked. But now I know that I got to replace something in that house.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power. But anyway, enough talking about some home tech news, or home news. Let's talk about some tech news.
Yeah.
Landon, what do you have for us for Google?
Oh, boy. Google has a lot of stuff. Mostly leaks that will be confirmed next week.
Confirmed or denied.
At Google's Pixel event. So
why don't you lay it on us? I bet that's actually what people are ready and really excited for.
Sure. We'll talk about that first. So the website Droid Life was able to get a whole bunch of crap somehow.
Someone slipped over. Was like, here you go.
Basically, everything. And yeah, there's a lot. So it's pretty much all the stuff that we were expecting to be announced next week at Google's Pixel event. I'll just go down the list of devices. There's a new Daydream View headset, Google Home Mini, the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL, which is apparently the name. It's not Pixel XL 2 like we thought. It's Pixel 2 XL, which is weird. But
so they're going the iPhone, Samsung.
They're going just weird naming in general.
Yep.
Well, they got X in there, so they're with the trend.
Well, they had XL last year, and then they had the Nexus 5X, and so they've had X for a while.
What if they changed it to Ultra X or something cool. So it's like, we're a better X or 10.
That would make sense because, HTC and the Ultra, but that's the smaller Pixel is made by HTC. The bigger one's made by LG, so it kind of would work, but not really.
What's LG's again? They're
the G6 or the V30 or
the GX. Nope, doesn't sound
or
right.
back in the day, the Optimus G.
Oh, jeez, Optimus X.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Optimus Prime X.
Optimus Prime X.
Okay, actually, if somebody did name a phone Optimus Prime, I'd buy that.
You consider just
LG was awfully close.
Just
I
like
know.
we considered
I had one of the old
buying
Optimuses,
a KFC
actually.
cell phone. Or
Well, that's not as cool as Optimus Prime. I'm
No,
gonna be
it's not.
honest. KFC is not as cool as Optimus Prime.
how cool would it be if when you turned it on, it did the Transformer sound? That
If it didn't, I would be very
That
disappointed.
would be sad. How cool would it be if when you turned it on, it turned into Optimus Prime? Just like unfolded on your... It's all like, dang it, how am I going to check my email?
you tell
It'll
Optimus
just
to do
tell you what your emails say.
You just ask Optimus. That's the name of the
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 assistant.
name of the assistant is Optimus Prime. And as long as they got what's his face to do the voice for it, I'd be totally down with that.
Yeah, I'd be like, I would probably tell them to. I'd write an app for Windows because nobody else does. Not even Windows.
That's
Aw.
true. That is true.
I know. Sad life in the Windows ecosystem. I'd still love them. I do, but gosh dang it.
Yeah.
You guys are writing sweet apps. Can I have them?
Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe if you switch to a different phone.
I'm tempted. I am. But I am waiting to see what this Andromeda is. But, there are some cool things. Like my brother was showing me he just got is it the Note, the new one?
Yes.
And I can't remember. I think it was the Note.
The
He was
Note
showing
8?
me. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I got this. Why don't you mess with it? And I'm like, okay. And I was kind of messing with it. I'm like, this is actually pretty sweet.
And it's
The stylus.
ginormous.
It is, but it's sweet. And I was looking at my phone like, what a piece of crap you are. But anyway, sorry.
Anyways,
Tangent.
there's still more stuff to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Surprisingly, I know.
I'll put the cover on my mouth.
Jeez.
Go
Give a
ahead.
muzzle for him.
Yeah.
Other things that they're going to potentially announce is it's called the Pixelbook. Not the Chromebook Pixel like, in past. It's Pixelbook and a pen to go along with that. Now we'll get into some details about this stuff.
Is it called the
Ooh.
Pixelbook pen?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Yes, it
I
is.
was joking. Google. Don't. Oh,
I think they were too, and we're like,
my God.
we're doing it.
My sarcasm.
All of them were like,
Is-
make it so.
I need to be more sarcastic, I guess. Like, I don't know.
That's how you become a tech company. Be sarcastic.
You just
That's
have
how
to be
you
super
can.
sarcastic.
That's how you can get a job with these tech
and then
companies
you can
and
do
call
marketing
and,
for
yeah.
Google.
How do you be
Perfect.
successful, Steve Jobs? I throw phones at people. Wait a minute. That is awesome. Sorry.
Wait, maybe that'll work. Oh, yes, it did. All right.
Productivity went up 3 points. Okay. Well, we can keep going with this.
Back to
but
Google.
Google.
So the new Daydream View headset is basically it's pretty similar to last year's, minus it costs $20 more at $100 instead of $80, which I don't know how many people bought it at $80. I don't know how many people are going to buy it at
Yeah.
$100. I have one because I got it for free when I pre-ordered my phone.
Yeah.
Good thing you
So-
pre-ordered.
Well, that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to pre-order the phone. I was like, ooh, free VR headset? Okay.
Do you still actually use that quite a bit? Honestly,
It's been a while.
has it?
Yeah.
Is there, other than like the games? I mean, is there any kind of benefit to it? Like,
No. Even the games,
Yeah.
they're okay. I mean, it's fun. The problem with virtual reality is it's so, like, personal.
Personal. Yes. You can't share it. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. I actually have like a cardboard headset for my phone that's really nice and has like adjustable lenses, really comfortable to wear. Like it's a nice headset. And I put my phone in there, picture's great. Like, I really like it. And it's great for like a little, VR experience type theater mode, that sort of thing. Like it's pretty cool. And they've got some really cool dedicated VR content that you can get. It's basically just like, YouTube, and you can like, what was the one that they attached a 360 camera to a weather balloon and you can float up to the edge of space and that kind of thing. And
Wow.
it's really super cool for me. And like, like my wife is sitting there like, why are you standing there spinning in circles? Like, it's just, it's not like, she can't experience it. It's not fun for anyone else. And it's just kind of like, that's
just
dumb.
walking in.
If
on
they were to
Caleb.
make it like, if Google, and they have the ability to do this, if they could make it so you could like use a Chromecast or something and show what you're seeing on a TV or something, so for someone else to look at, then that would be pretty cool. I know there's some games that are interactive with other people. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but there's one.
Keep talking and nobody explodes.
That one.
Yes.
Keep talking and nobody explodes. Basically, what it is some certain people or other people besides you with the headset have like instructions of how to defuse a bomb, but they don't.
That's
But
right.
they can't
I've heard
see
that
the
one.
bomb. They only have the instructions, and they're telling you
how to
defuse it before it blows up.
Yep.
I haven't played it yet.
It sounds cool.
It sounds pretty cool, but it's one actually you do need multiple people for.
So my idea of having some goggles, and I don't know, maybe you could do this, I don't know, but every time that I'm like at home and I want to lay in bed, because I get home at like 4 a.m. and I don't want to wake my wife up with a TV or anything, but I was like, how nice would it be if I could just get those, put them on my face while I'm laying there in bed next to my wife and be able to like play Minecraft with a controller on it or something? Can you do that without technically, or watch something without it being?
There is Netflix. You can do Netflix with VR and obviously YouTube and stuff.
I guess what I'm saying is like, can you just use regular stuff just to have it? I don't know. Without the light, how can I explain this? It doesn't need to have VR. It doesn't need the capability.
So like,
can you still
like watching YouTube or Netflix and one of these things? It'll take just a normal video, and what it does to goof the VR thing is it actually puts you kind of inside of a theater, so that you're sitting there and you're looking at like a theater screen, and that's what the movie is playing on, and so you're in like a 3D theater watching a 2D piece of content on the screen in front of you.
Okay.
And that's kind of how they fudge their way around like the fact that it's so close to your eyes that you can't actually see the whole screen with one eye, and that would cause really like major problems for your brain if they were to just show the thing to you directly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how they get around that.
Okay.
And I've done stuff like that. It works pretty good. So yeah, if you just want to watch, some stuff on YouTube, and I actually didn't know Netflix supported it, but yeah, like YouTube does for sure. And if Netflix does, then yeah, you can just throw some Bluetooth headphones on, throw that in front of your face. It's not going to be throwing light out. It's not going to bother whoever's next to it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Well, I was just
because it will
make sure
it's
well ventilated.
Well, the reason why I ask is I think I'm the only one that doesn't have the VR goggles, and a newer Windows phone that's on sale for like $200 is the Alcatel 4 something, and it actually comes with VR goggles. And I'm like,
right, yeah.
And so I don't and I'm thinking with the Windows operating system, I'm like, what the heck do you have for VR on Windows? But
I'm not sure what that would all include. That probably uses Windows mixed reality stuff.
I'm assuming, but I guess I'm like, if I just wanted to put on, like I said, a show or something and just have it there so I don't have to like hold it above me and then my arms get tired or something.
I would check Netflix. I mean,
I'm just wondering
if
like,
they support a VR viewing experience for their shows and stuff, then that'd be pretty cool.
Okay, I just wondering if you guys had messed with something like that. It's not like not to be in the VR experience, but just to use them like without holding your phone out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
They'd have to have support for it, but
yeah,
I know there are definitely some apps that do. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
So this new headset comes in 3 colors: charcoal, fog, and coral. Which charcoal is basically the same color as what it came in previously, that dark gray color. The fog is a lighter version of that. And then coral is what it sounds like, coral. It's like a light pink salmon type color. Which,
cool.
Cool colors, I guess. I really like mine, the crimson one. Oh, I'm so glad I waited to get that one. It's so pretty.
It's beautiful.
And they also still are wrapped in a fabric of some sort, kind of like how the first generation was, which I really like because it's more comfortable on your face, and it just looks better, and it's better than Alcantara, I think.
Yeah.
I just had to throw that in there.
Just saying. Fabric.
It's better used for fabric because you're putting it on your face. You're not
Careful
gonna rub your keyboard against your face. All right. Well, I guess some people might.
Nice kitty.
If it's covered in fabric, I mean, why not?
Yeah. Wes,
I'm sure there's
if you buy
stranger
a
things.
Surface laptop, I want you to rub it against your face.
And you just see a bunch of beard hairs on it. Wes, what? I couldn't help it.
It's so soft.
You try it, Landon. It's nice. Don't worry about those Cheetos. Cheeto stains.
Oh, man.
Moving on.
Anyways, moving on.
Please.
The Google Home Mini. This is basically what it sounds like. It's a small version of the Google Home. Unfortunately, it is not a scaled down replica of the Google Home, because that would have been really interesting. It actually it looks better, I think. The pictures that they've shown of it. It is like a oval spherical type device, and it comes with different colors, obviously.
I would describe it as pill-shaped.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's a little round pill with rounded edges instead of corners on it. So more like...
Whereas like the Echo Dot looks like a hockey puck. This is a Mento. I like
That's
it.
It's just a really big Mento. That's it.
That theme song's stuck in my head now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the old school one. I don't know if there's a new one. But.
Yeah, the colors that this comes in is chalk, charcoal, and coral, which the chalk is very similar to the fog of the Daydream.
They're different. They're different.
We promise. Because
they are a little different, but not that much.
I guess it's one of those side-by-side comparisons you need.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
It's different.
Obviously, this isn't going to have quite as good of a speaker as the regular Google Home, but for what it is, you don't really need a super nice speaker.
It'll cost
No.
a heck of a lot
And
less.
It's only $50.
There you go.
That makes it super tempting.
Like, seriously, grab a Chromecast and one of these things. You spent less than $100, and there's your start on your smart home experience.
Yeah, really.
Which
I mean,
Chromecasts are amazing.
they are.
Sorry,
I
like I said,
love
I'm
Chromecast.
Late to that game, but dude, they are awesome.
For, cheap, somewhat smart home features.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, and for $50, and you're supposed to be able to hook these up with Chromecast and all sorts of other things. You could buy a couple Chromecasts, hook them up to like your home audio system or your TV or different things like that, and you could have, whole home audio or all sorts of cool crap that you can control with your voice, which is awesome. And Google Assistant works with like the Philips Hue light bulbs and stuff like that.
That'd be so cool. I've been interested in those. Those seem really
Now those aren't
really
cheap.
fun.
But
No,
they're
they're
cool.
not.
They seem pretty cool,
But
though.
they are pretty awesome.
Having a whole house that's just Wi-Fi controlled, just seems so dope.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get in my front door.
I really want to get into this type of stuff, but at the same time, I know I'm not going to live in this house for ever.
Well, and it's like right now, the features sound really cool. They only actually work the way you want them to about half the time, and they're really expensive. The technology is definitely coming, and it's really sweet, and the standards are starting to become more open so that more stuff is easier to support from more platforms and all of that. But
And it
we're
is
not
getting cheaper.
quite there yet.
Yeah.
We're
It
getting
is starting to get cheaper, too, because I
It
did
is.
see this past week that a new company I hadn't heard of before came out with these smart LED light bulbs that are only $25 a piece.
There you go.
So that's not bad at all.
No, not
Whereas
bad at
the
all.
Hue light bulbs, I think, are 50.
Yeah, they're like 50, 60 each. They're quite a lot.
They're a lot more functional, but they're a lot more expensive. Okay, moving on. Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL, obviously. The big thing here is the price. At least for the XL.
Are they pulling an Apple and going $1,000 or more?
Close.
I was going to
Awfully
say.
close. The Pixel 2 is going to be normal price. 64 gig base model, which, thank goodness, not 32. is starting at $649, and then the 128 gig is $749.
Okay.
So, I mean,
There you
last year they only had a $50 jump between sizes, so it's going up to the standard Apple pricing of a $100
$100.
jump,
Gotcha.
which
Yep.
kind of sucks, but I get it. And then the Pixel 2 XL starts at $849 for the 64 gig and $949 for the 128.
I mean,
I don't get that.
technically still less than the Note 8. Doesn't that start at like
30,
$930 something?
depending on your carrier, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also weird.
So other than the obviously the hard drive space jump. Is there anything else for the jump?
No.
That's
Nope.
it?
Just space. You
Just
pay
space.
$100 to get double the space. It's a very,
Okay.
very Apple thing to do.
Just yeah, well, I just wondering if there was like, oh, and with this one it has slightly better whatever. Like sometimes they're like better screen on this one or something.
Well, between the size or like the Pixel 2 and the XL, yeah, there's size
Oh, yeah.
difference in screen. Like the Pixel 2 is basically going to be the same as the Pixel, just with dual front speakers, which thank goodness
Yeah.
they're bringing that back, and obviously better internals and stuff. And
What-
the XL is the one that's the most different. It's got the tall screen like how the new iPhone
Right.
and the like the S8 and the G6 and stuff have that taller, weird aspect ratio screen. The weird thing about this is on the renders that were leaked, the bigger one, neither of them have dual cameras on the back, which I thought was strange.
Huh.
Because
I thought that was like
you know,
the big thing.
yeah, pretty much even non-flagship phones are coming with dual cameras now.
You can
Maybe
get
that
dual
one's-
camera phones from China for less than $100. They're crap. I mean, don't do that.
They have Windows XP on them as well.
Probably do.
That would be awesome.
Oh, man.
Old school Windows Mobile
Yeah.
from the Palm days.
Windows 95.
Okay.
I used Windows Mobile on my Palm Trio.
Actually, straight
It
up,
was
I would buy
awful.
that.
Would you really?
Just to have it, just to be able to pull it out and be like, look at this weird thing I found. I would totally buy one.
Like, I have an extra $50 here.
It's like, yeah, basically.
Here you go, China. So, going back to this a little bit, which one are you more excited for?
Neither, really.
No?
I mean, if I were to buy one, it would be the XL because I like the bigger screen. I like the idea of the taller screen, more screen real estate to body ratio, you know. But for the price and no dual cameras, oof.
Maybe the one camera is just that good.
I mean, the camera on my phone is fantastic. It is still one of the top 3 cameras on a smartphone today. Being a year-old device.
Yeah. I mean, the original Pixel's camera, according to the DxO Mark score, beat out the iPhone 7 with its dual cameras. So, you know, a single camera, as long as it is a really nice camera, it's not necessarily like the iPhone, the dual camera setup gives them the advantage of you can do the cool portrait mode stuff, but that's like the only advantage. And as long as your sensor is really good and your lens is big, your aperture is really nice, then you get better photos in every other situation. So they can do it.
And Google did a really good job with this camera and the software that they put into it. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't need the dual cameras. It's cool.
Do you just like saying dual cameras?
It's
Mine
nice
has
to have.
a dual camera.
I don't care about saying it. I was just hoping.
Yeah.
Because, especially with LG making it, it was probably going to be a wide-angle lens, like LG's phones. I was really looking forward to that.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
no. So far, the renders don't show that. It could still happen. Who knows? We'll find out next week.
Yeah.
For sure. More cool naming schemes for their colors because that's what Google does apparently.
It's a highlight of many podcasts, really.
The Pixel 2 comes in just black, clearly white, and kinda blue.
Not very blue.
Really blue. That was
Oh,
last
really
year's.
blue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And last year's was really blue. And
It was
I
really
was
blue.
really tempted to buy one, but I was like, I know I'm just going to throw a case on it, so whatever.
It was
'Cause
pretty though.
it was
I
really
liked
pretty.
that. That was a good blue.
This one is like a really light sky blue color. It looks really good too, but it's definitely much light. It's definitely kind of blue, not really blue.
right.
Mm,
Is
okay.
is the black one? Is it like actually black this time instead of gray?
It doesn't look like it. That was the downside. Like, I was really disappointed. I was like, quite black. Awesome. It's going to be black. No, it's very gray. That name was awful. And that's why I kind of like the just black. It's just black.
Were you like, no, that's just dirty fog?
Basically. Yeah, my phone is not quite black as the name suggests. It is very gray.
Maybe they just
That's what I always call it.
didn't want to be too racist.
Well, then why name it quite black or just black?
Almost black. There you go.
Anyways, before we go down that
How is
rabbit
that
hole,
less racist? How is that anything even related to? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
That's my goal today. Confuse
Anyways,
people.
the XL comes in just black and black and white. And the black and white one basically is a white body with black glass. So it's still got the black or the glass on the back of the phone like the previous generation did.
Right.
It's a little smaller. I think it looks better. And the XL one, the glass is black on the white phone, which basically looks like a panda. I actually think it kind of looks kind of cool.
Panda phone.
I'm really
that's
curious
awesome.
to see. I would imagine the front glass would also be black. If the back is black, why would the front be white? That would be weird. But you never know.
I got to be honest. Actually, a panda phone is a great idea.
I knew a lot of
I'd be
people
very tempted by
that got, when they had the iPhone 4 or 4S, they either bought a white one or bought a black one, and then bought a back plate that was the opposite.
Yeah, and switched it.
Yeah, because it was
Cool.
super easy to do on
It
that
was.
phone.
You
That's
undo
cool.
2 screws, get a suction cup, and pull it just right off. Slap a new one on.
Yeah.
New iPhone's not that way.
No.
Anyways.
That glass doesn't come off very easily at all.
To be fair, though, it evidently comes off easier than the Samsung phone's back glass does. Sounds like that's a nightmare.
Either way.
iFixit broke it on both of the phones that they had, trying to
Yeah.
get it off.
Either way, don't take apart your phone if you have a 2015 or newer phone,
Yeah, pretty much.
unless you really know what you're doing, which I've done. Was actually really interesting.
But you didn't know what you were doing.
No, I didn't.
See, so
I wouldn't
that's the
recommend it.
difference. That's the
But now
difference.
I kind of do now. Still wouldn't recommend it.
That's what that looks like. Uh-oh.
That's
it
not
back
going
together.
back together.
Put that back together. There's like 3 screws here. Crap.
Where did those go? Urgh. Anyways, no, I used iFixit tutorials on to do
Okay,
all
good.
this stuff, so
Good.
I could
have the
figure it out.
tutorials.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, use that.
Yes.
They go into really great detail on how to do all this stuff.
And buy their tools. I mean, there's some of them you can skip, but usually just a good idea. Buy their whole kit, just so that you
Yeah, I
have
didn't do that
everything
either.
on hand.
Yeah.
I didn't do that either, but I did buy a phone repair kit, which came with most of the stuff that they have, and it
that's
was
true.
like, $20 cheaper.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sweet.
Anyways, moving on. Pixelbook. This is basically the Chromebook Pixel. Only new name again, because that's the way it goes. It is a laptop tablet hybrid, meaning it's one of those you rotate it around and it turns into a tablet, kind of. I was hoping it was going to be like the Surface,
Yeah.
where it comes apart. No, it's not that. At least, not that we know of.
Not that's been confirmed.
Yes. From the pictures, it looks like it comes with USB-C, duh, and a headphone jack. Interesting, because the phone won't.
Well, all of Apple's computers still have headphone jacks, so
Yeah, that's true.
evidently there's.
Well,
just,
no. No, what they do, the one, okay, yeah, it does have a headphone jack. I was
Yep.
thinking it only had USB-C, but it does have
No,
a
the
headphone
MacBook does have a headphone jack
jack. And one USB-C.
and one USB-C.
Ugh.
I actually on that one. Every time I look at it, I'm like, the smart thing to do here would have been to replace the headphone jack with a USB-C port and then just provide a USB-C adapter for the headphone jack. Like, having 2 USB ports way more important to me than having a headphone jack
Oh, yeah.
on
definitely.
a laptop. I would totally care about that more. That being said, I have an iPad as my primary computing device now, so I guess maybe I can't really talk. What
Yeah,
happened?
that's true.
Weird. Okay.
Welcome
that
to
realization
2017.
that realization hits me every couple of weeks. I'm just like, yep, this is my primary computing device. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been using actually is my Surface for a long time. But obviously that is full Windows
I was going to
10.
say, that's a computer.
But-
yeah.
That's a laptop.
But yeah, normally I always had the desktop. But yeah, granted, yes, I basically have a desktop in my hands. But I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have other computers for playing games, and
A lot of
I
other
have another
computers.
computer at work that I do work stuff on. But at home, I can do everything on the iPad, and that's just such a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
So-
thing. Did you play Hearthstone on it?
No, actually,
Hey, you can
it's
now
a big
play
screen
Minecraft.
though. It would probably look super good. I could, yes. Don't
See?
bring that up early. Come on.
No, I'm just saying. Sorry.
We'll get to that later.
Sorry.
Gosh.
So excited.
Anyways, the Pixelbook laptop. Oh, boy. If you remember, the Chromebook Pixel was not cheap.
No.
This is more money.
Lay it on me.
128 gig starts at $1,200.
Whoa!
256 gig starts at $1,400.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
MacBook
then
Pro money.
The 512 gig, $1,749.
Holy garbage monkey.
And it comes with, you can get a Pixelbook pen. Doesn't come with that. It is an extra $100.
Wow. Okay, all I have to say to that is you can buy a 15-inch MacBook Pro with a dedicated graphics card for $1,700.
I may just buy a Surface Studio with a lot, like, just saying.
It's another, like, $200 to get a full Surface Studio.
I was going to say, wow.
Holy
Okay,
garbage.
what?
That's...
Why?
Wow.
I'm interested. Why?
Wow.
They're just going with the Apple and now Microsoft pricing scheme of,
Yeah.
we want your money.
You charge more money, you
I
get
mean,
more
when
margins.
if you think about it, it's a Chromebook, so obviously it's not a full-fledged PC. It does
Right.
a whole lot more than it used to be able to. I still think it's a great option for students or just the general public as a decent computing device because it does most everything most people need it to do.
Okay.
But that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's kind of like trying to justify buying a Surface laptop that comes with Windows 10s. Because
When you can't upgrade it for free.
Right, when you can't
Right.
upgrade it for free.
yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, I understand that. But I can see the strategy of Apple. I see the strategy of Microsoft, but I don't see it for the Chromebook. Maybe that's why that's what I'm asking. What's the strategy? Because, for example, Microsoft's strategy is, yeah, we want to put this out to show kind of ours is more premium, but then the other manufacturers can build up to that and make their own.
Well,
cheaper.
that's exactly what Google does.
yeah,
Right.
Google's been doing that for years.
I think that's
Microsoft, I
probably
think,
what
stole
this
that
is
from
all
Google.
Because you
Actually,
think about it.
from Apple.
Well, no, because Apple doesn't sell their software.
Well, yeah, it doesn't sell the software.
Right.
I guess
Google did, like, they've had a Pixel Chromebook device for years that's always way more expensive than any other thing.
Well, yeah, because I remember when the first one came out, all of the Chromebooks were like 11 inches. They had the crappiest screens imaginable. They were just kind of garbage.
Yeah.
And then Google released the
Google
Pixel.
came out with one that was
And-
really good,
Yeah,
all
it was
aluminum
like
body,
really good
really
industrial
nice screen.
design, had a Retina basically display on
Yeah.
it, really nice screen on it, and it cost like $300-400 more than the next most expensive Chromebook.
Yeah.
Like it was way more expensive. Not that many people bought them, but after they released that, all of the other OEMs started making much nicer Chromebooks.
See, and now we're to a point where, like, Samsung has one that is all aluminum body. It costs $500, but it's only $500 compared to this, and it is just
Yeah.
as good, if not better, and comes with a pen.
Yeah. See, and that's kind of the
Wow.
thing I think that because there are really good Chromebooks out there, other
Yeah.
options that are in the $500 range, and like, what is the advantage of getting this one versus those? Like, because it
There-
really doesn't seem like there is much of one.
Well, it's the same thing with what's the advantage of buying a Surface laptop to buying a HP one that does the exact same stuff, if not more, for
right.
a lot cheaper.
For less, yeah.
You know, it's basically that argument.
Yeah, it is.
God,
It's
except for
definitely.
the HP laptop is so much closer in price than that Samsung is to the cheapest one at $1,100.
It can be,
Like,
yeah.
oof.
But I mean, you can get a $500 Surface or Windows laptop that does more than what a Surface laptop can at the base. You know,
And have USB-C.
It's true. You might sacrifice a little bit on the industrial design when you start dipping down
Well,
to $500.
yeah.
But yeah,
You may not have a
I see your
carpet
point.
keyboard either.
Well,
no Cheetos.
I would hope that you wouldn't have a.
Sorry,
It's
I
just
call it
me,
the carpet
maybe,
keyboard.
sure.
but
Shredded
it's
carpet.
Alcantara. Ooh, did you guys finally see the Microsoft commercial for that? By the way,
Which one? I've been seeing it
Yes,
for weeks.
The
the
one-
new
the-
Surface.
yeah, the new Surface one where they're like, "Oh, so amazing," and they shows a guy
Oh.
rubbing the keyboard,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, no,
Just stop.
just stop.
Doesn't it show somebody like running their hand
Yes.
through grass? And
yeah,
then it's
and
like
then the keyboard.
they're petting, stroking the keyboard, and I'm just sitting there like, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Like, I really like technology and computers. You just need to take one look at my basement to know that.
Yeah,
And that's weird.
Yeah.
So
No, just stop. Just let this thing die in the wind, okay? But I guess they're going that premium way, and people need the carpet on their fingers. I don't, because like I said, I'd have a lot of Cheeto stains. Yes, I like Cheetos. Anyway,
Who
no,
doesn't?
but going back to our thing, I guess I haven't been in the Google Chrome looking for that, so I guess that's why I was asking, like, okay, what's the strategy here? Because I've know of the Google, not Chromebook. I know of it. I've messed with one, and it just seemed like, what more does it? And this was a while ago. This is probably like 2 years ago when they had those. But what makes this more premium? What is it? Just because it's optimized, like say an iPhone is optimized to use iPhone stuff, is just this is more optimized to use.
It's just hardware.
Google stuff. That's
just hardware.
So how?
And honestly, I think it's the exact same thing with the Surface laptop. It's just hardware.
So it's just okay. Give me a comparison to the Surface laptop then. How? I mean, is it comparable or is it actually less for specs?
Basically same specs.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's all the exact same hardware. It's just different operating systems.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. Specs it's a standard, like, Ultrabook, basically, specs. With running Chrome OS just in a really nice hardware, really nice screen and all that stuff.
Okay. Is it running an Intel processor?
They don't say on
so
the
we're
leaks.
gonna have to wait.
We're gonna have to wait to find out on that one.
Because I just really I keep thinking about this, and because if they announce specs that are comparable to the Samsung ones, I could not in good conscience recommend this.
Oh no, and I never
anyone.
recommended the Chromebook Pixel last year because of the price.
Yeah,
It's
fair
ridiculous, and I would never buy one.
Yeah,
But people are gonna buy them just to test out and stuff. The people that are gonna buy them are people with more money like us that are big tech junkies and just want one, or developers that want a good quality thing to try to develop on. But
okay,
and
wild.
There's someone I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was on the This Week in Google podcast. Someone had bought a Chromebook Pixel, or it might even be a couple generations ago. That was the first fancy Chromebook that Google came out with, and it still runs like it's new.
Yeah,
and that's the benefit to having good quality hardware. So I mean, if you want one and you're not planning on upgrading it for a while, that I guess could be the argument for it.
Yeah.
But it's still really expensive for what it is.
And there's also a chance that it's going to be significantly more powerful than all the other Chromebooks.
Oh, by far.
There's a good chance. We just don't know.
And the benefit to being the Pixelbook, where it's coming from Google, it will get all the updates for a long time. And it will, any new apps that are available on Android that'll work on Chromebooks will work probably better on this one than others. And that's the benefit. Right now, it's hard to justify a Chromebook in some scenarios. Like for me, I can't justify one because I need certain apps.
Yeah.
But with more and more app developers making their Android and iOS apps optimized for the bigger screens and for better chipsets and different things like that, it's getting to a point like with your iPad
Pro,
you can do regular computing things on these devices. It's still, I think, another year or two off before they're really great, but it's getting way better.
Okay.
And so, I mean, that's one plus side to Chrome OS versus XS if you don't upgrade it, because there's just more apps.
Here, okay, on that note.
Even the Windows apps.
Yeah. On that note, I know no one would want to do this, but could I actually install the Edge browser to a Chromebook?
I don't think Edge browser is on Android.
So
if it's on Android, you can install it to a Chromebook.
Okay, just wondering.
It may or may not be optimized for that, but you can do it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think anybody would do it, but I just was like, is it kind of the same, like, to where obviously Windows 10s you can't use Chrome, but for certain reasons, obviously. But I just wondered if it was that same like.
Well, I think Edge is not actually available, like Internet Explorer before it, is not available on any platforms other than Windows.
No, I just
didn't
double checked
think
and
so.
it is not. So
I didn't think so, but I was just trying to have a comparison.
Yeah,
of,
I'm pretty sure that
that's
you,
what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm
but
pretty
it's
sure
the same
you
with
would
10S.
be able
you
to
can't
get.
install Chrome.
Right. I just want to be like if that was the same. Obviously, there's some Microsoft apps that are in the Google Store that you could install. Obviously,
Well, and that's the thing, though. I'm pretty sure that you would be able to install Firefox. You would be able to install Opera.
Oh, you could do others.
Yeah, just
because
as long as
those
there's
have
an Android app,
apps.
as long as there's an Android app, you can install it on a Chromebook.
And
just
actually,
wondering.
the Opera Android app, really nice. I like
I've heard
that one
that,
a lot. It's really good.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. So I mean, I like what Microsoft is doing with 10s. It's
getting
just,
better.
It's not there yet because there's no apps.
Yeah,
That's the downside because it's a mostly fully functional operating system. For most people, it'd be fine.
Well, and another thing is they're working on it. I know, but they've
Yeah.
got to be better recommendations and stuff like that. They just don't have apps to recommend very well. Because sometimes like apps recommended for you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that. And then, why would you recommend this to me?
I think my
Yeah.
favorite is, what do I have or what have I used that would in any way suggest to you
Yeah.
that I want to play Candy Crush Saga? Like, I
Well,
have lots of games on my computer.
I think that's
Are
their-
any of them in the same genre as Candy Crush?
I
Any
think-
of
I
them?
think
It's
that's their
probably
number one
because Candy
making-
Crush just put their app into every saga.
Yes.
I think,
I'm
I think
sure.
they did. Plus, I think it helps make money somehow.
Yeah.
That way.
Well,
So
Candy
The
Crush
developers of
probably.
Candy Crush
Yeah,
paid
Candy
a lot of
Crush
money
pay
for
them
that.
a lot of money to
Yep.
slap their stupid app in my start menu, which
Yes.
is really obnoxious. Anyways, I
Yep.
found out how to turn that off, though, from that
Yep.
podcast like ages ago where
Yeah.
you told us how to turn that off. Turn that off. It's really nice.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's gone.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I still got a lot to talk about. So.
Yeah.
But I do like the conversation. It's good. It's good to have.
No, I just didn't know, and so I'm trying to in my head compare and then have a better thought of the Chromebook, the new ones that are coming out. Because like I said, I thought Chromebook before couldn't be. I never thought it would be premium.
Oh, I never did initially.
You know what I
either.
mean?
Most people never did.
So that's why when you said that, I'm like, okay, what is it bringing? I mean, could you install other stuff like say Windows 10 could do, or like that's why I was like thinking in my head. That's why I was asking those questions.
At this point, actually, the Chromebook, the nice ones, are really basically Android's answer to the iPad.
Yeah.
They've stopped with the whole Android tablet thing. Forget about those. Give up on them. They're never going to happen.
Yeah.
Chromebooks are the solution.
Yes.
Samsung needs to listen to that.
Yes.
Stop making
Yes,
your
they
Tab
do.
OS or your whatever the crap they're called.
Yeah.
device.
Okay. But anyway, go ahead and continue.
Okay. That's all the stuff that has been leaked for next week's event. Obviously, we'll get more details about all these next week with release dates and confirmation on the prices and colors and names and all that crap.
Fog.
Fog.
It just sounds. Whoa, what color is that? Sounds so majestic. Oh, this is fog. Sweet. Sorry. Go ahead.
Don't take it out in the fog or you might get lost. That was stupid. Okay.
That was pretty horrible.
Moving on. So last week we talked about Google potentially buying HTC or investing a lot of money into HTC.
Yeah.
It was actually neither of those entirely.
Yeah. Kind of.
It was kind of
Google-
sort of both of those.
Kind of.
Sort
Does Google own a lot of shares now?
No. Still
No,
no.
I know.
Google is actually just acquiring all of the Pixel team for $1.1 billion. Now, that may sound like a lot, but when you think about it, they're getting pretty much all of HTC's top engineers for this money and being able to fully take control of the Pixel phones. Whereas apparently before, like we thought with the Pixel phones, Google had a lot more say. The way it ended up actually being was Google was like, hey, we want to build this phone, and HTC was like, okay, here are some options. Pick one. And they picked one.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
how it worked.
I didn't know
They
that.
had a little more say than that,
All right.
but not nearly as much as what they probably want.
But now.
But now they have all the say. And they're just going to use HTC to make the phone.
And I think I think
or
that's
to
probably
manufacture
a
it.
smarter way,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, because, I mean, you look at Apple. I mean, prime example,
Exactly.
right?
It works really well.
It works, and you can have
Yeah.
lots of money to buy a Death Star.
Basically, HTC is now, or potentially HTC, who knows? It could be someone else. It's going to be their Foxconn,
Yeah.
where now Google has the engineers and developers and all that stuff to design, create, and make the phone, and then they outsource the manufacturing to someone else, like what Apple does.
Yep.
And that's good. And it's also good for HTC. The downside for them is obviously they're losing all their top engineers, but they can't afford to pay them anyways. So this is okay.
Can we give you 1.1 billion?
The benefit,
Yes.
the benefit is they're getting all that money to help sustain what they're doing and try to, keep them in the market, keep their phones there, and hopefully, they'll start making. Well, not
Yeah, just
not
to
that
keep
they're
'em in
making
there.
bad phones, but make phones that people will buy.
Yeah, well, their big number, probably a lot of people have HTC, so yeah, they definitely want to keep them in there.
Yeah.
So
And I think, honestly, what HTC needs to do to really get back into the market and get more known is not make tons and tons of phones like Samsung or Motorola, is make 3 or 4 really good phones at multiple price ranges and just, put them out there. Like, make a flagship, make a high-end mid-range, make a low-end mid-range, and then make like a sub-$200 phone. And make them all good quality and, just get them out there. And
Or, I mean, honestly, you could probably even skip the sub $200 phone.
well, they need to have something for like Boost Mobile and stuff like that.
Well, do they though? Because Apple doesn't.
Well, technically no, but you
they
can
make
buy
all the money.
you can buy an SE from Boost Mobile.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the thing is it's previous year's phones basically.
Right.
It's the slightly older ones. Last year's flagship or the year before that. And that kind of thing has worked really well for Apple because they, all of the profit for these devices is at the high end of the market. It's all, you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on phones that only cost a little bit of money.
right,
Which I can't remember what the actual parts cost for this year's iPhone is, but it's not anywhere near, $800. But the point
Whatever is.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just all profit on top of that. And when you're playing at the high end of the market, that's where the real profit is. And so spending money to make a sub $200 phone brand new is maybe not worth it. Whereas if you just take last year's phone, discount it, you don't have to spend any more development cost on it. You're still making money off of last year's design. It's a great way to do it. And I
the
think
parts get cheaper over time.
right, the
too.
parts get cheaper over time. The manufacturing processes that gets less expensive as time goes on. So I think that's probably what I think you're right. HTC needs to stop trying to make a bajillion phones like Samsung does. The reason that works for Samsung is because Samsung is selling just all of the phones in Asia, like just all of them. That's not
that,
entirely
and they
true, I
make
suppose,
money in a lot more other places, like
It's true.
computers,
Computers,
refrigerators,
washing machines,
washing
TVs.
machines.
displays, components.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, components for every single freaking computer.
Yeah, and a lot of phones have Samsung. iPhones have Samsung stuff in them.
Yep. Radio guided missile systems.
Yeah, I mean,
Samsung makes a lot of things.
yes, they do.
They have defense
HTC
contracts.
makes like
It's weird.
20,
Right.
and
Yes.
they're all phones.
Maybe that's how.
And the Vive.
And the Vive, that's their moneymaker.
Maybe they were just hiding that they actually programmed one of the phones to blow up with the missile guiding systems,
Oh, that's it.
and they mixed it
forgot
up.
to turn off.
They
the-
were trying. Yeah, they got
Yeah,
the code mixed up.
that's
That
what
was the
happened.
problem.
Yeah,
The Note 7 had
Actually
missile
was a
code
missile.
on it. Shoot.
darn it.
That's just
Hey, it
slip
did.
up.
It did
They
what it
need
was
to keep
supposed
those developers away from each other.
Yeah,
Let's put them in separate buildings from now on.
that'd be great. Sorry,
Anywho,
you said that, and I'm like, that makes sense now.
but yes, I agree that would be the good way for HTC to go. I think they should probably just, focus on making money by making phones for other people, and then maybe play in the mid range, which a little bit less profit than the high tier stuff, but then they won't be competing with Google.
Yeah.
Would probably work out best for both.
Well,
of them.
even if they had a flagship phone, put it at like $500, even
That's true,
$600
yeah.
instead of $850 like they're like the
Yeah.
U11. So I don't know, but anyway, so it's a win-win for both sides. I think Google gets more control over their phone, HTC gets a lot of money, and yeah, so Now, moving on, because there's still more. Sit back, relax, if you haven't already. Yes, basically.
Oh, wait, what?
Don't take a nap, but
Yeah.
listen.
But you said.
You can relax and not fall asleep. I can't. But
Wait,
other
I was
people
gonna
may
say,
be able to.
Once I start relaxing, especially in this chair,
See, this is why we have hard chairs for the podcast to keep you awake.
it's working. I want you to know. When we get past that 2-hour mark, I'm like,
Anyways, moving on. Last week we also talked about how Bose was potentially coming out with the QuietComfort 35.2 headphones.
Yes.
More naming. It's now official. Those headphones are available.
Best Buy was selling correct product.
Well, they weren't selling them yet.
Well,
They had them
advertising.
stocked. Now they are available, and they have all the stuff that we talked about last week. Google
That's
Assistant
cool.
built in, basically the same headphones as previous ones were, just with Google Assistant for the same price at $350. So there you go. Go buy them if you want them. I don't, because I don't have that much money, and I don't
How
need them.
cool would that be?
It would be sweet if I could afford that, but I
Yeah.
can't. Anyways, moving on. Last week, another thing I have to bring up from last week, Motorola said how they didn't say this. We mentioned, and a whole lot of other people also mentioned, that the G4 was not going to be getting Android O. Literally a few hours after we recorded, Motorola came out and said, never mind, we are going to update that phone. I think it's because of all the crap they got from pretty much everyone.
I bet.
So if you have a Moto G4, you are getting Android Oreo.
Yay!
Probably in 2 years.
Enjoy.
Oh.
I don't know. Who knows when it'll be.
Way to kill that one. In 2 years. By then, you'll probably have a new phone. Anyway.
Yeah, anyways. More Motorola / Google news. Android One, which is basically, it was Google's way of trying to get decent phones in a cheap price range to third world areas. It was mostly pushed out into India and places like that. But now there is an Android One phone coming to the U.S., and it is the Moto X4 at $400. Which,
Hey.
I mean, the Moto X4 obviously is not full flagship specs. It doesn't have like a Snapdragon 835. It's got the 620 or whatever, the current 600 generation series, which
Okay.
is a dang good processor and is way better for battery life. So, I mean, and like the one downside to this is it currently, well, I don't know if it'll work on other carriers. I think it would, but it's currently available through Project Fi, which
right.
is also a good thing because it's the first non-Google phone coming to Project Fi.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So that's a good sign
That's cool.
because Project Fi, for people that I've talked to that have it, really like it.
And we'll never go to another carrier.
Probably. I mean, it's not the most cost effective for everyone. Like for me, where I don't have Wi-Fi at work and I use data quite a bit, it wouldn't be super cost effective for me. But if you're
Yeah.
constantly on Wi-Fi, yeah, very cost effective because it's $10 a gig. I think no, that's not right.
That sounds expensive.
I can't remember what it is, but it's relatively cheap, kind of. But like I said, if you're on Wi-Fi all the time, it could really save you a ton of money because you're not paying for data unless you use it.
Yep.
And if you're out doing things around town or anything, it'll automatically connect to whatever Wi-Fi is available, and it does it securely through a Google VPN, so it's not just you connecting to some sketchy Wi-Fi. It's actually going to be secure and safe
Nice.
for the most part.
Yes.
Unless it somehow does connect to really sketchy Wi-Fi, then you might be in trouble. But
Xfinity's hotspots.
that's any phone. So I mean that's a pretty good option if you're looking for a decent phone for a relatively cheap price of only $400. Like I said, I would assume it would work on other carriers, but right now it's available
Yeah.
through Project Fi. There's supposed to potentially be an Amazon version coming, where you get it for like $100 cheaper, and it kind of has ads on the lock screen or something.
Gosh.
Because Amazon is all about that.
Because Amazon.
The benefit to this one, they have a Moto X4 that Motorola sells, and it's got their tweaks to the UI and stuff. This one is just stock Android, so it's like a Pixel experience on a cheaper phone, and it works with Project 5 if you're looking into that. So
it's a good deal.
Yeah. Okay, now moving on again. Only a few more things. Nest had a really big event this past week and announced a whole lot of crap, including the Nest Hello doorbell. It's basically their answer to Ring, which I would still recommend the Ring doorbell. That's the one smart home thing I really, really want and kind of would still buy for this house, even though I know I'm not going to live here forever.
Yeah.
Basically, the Nest Hello doorbell is, like I said, it's a Ring doorbell pretty much, but smaller, so it actually looks better, I think. But there's no price or release date on that yet. It does all the same things as the Ring doorbell. It has like a camera in it, obviously, so you can see if someone comes to your door, and you can talk to them if you want to, and you can get alerts to your phone wherever you're at for all these different things. It's got night vision built into it, so you can see if someone comes up to your door at nighttime and there's no light on outside. It'll work that way too. They also currently they have the Nest Cam IQ, which is their indoor, really expensive $300 camera. They have an outdoor version now for $50 more. And both have face recognition, so if someone comes in, if it's someone you can program it to set, have it not do anything bad, I guess. I don't know. Or it'll alert you when someone comes into the picture.
It doesn't tase them if you...
That would be awesome. If you could get a security camera that could also tase people.
I was just thinking of both those first movies of Home Alone. The little staple gun.
Yes. I want a camera that can do that.
It doesn't drop an iron on their face.
It's like, oh, that's your brother. Sweet. This will be fun. Touch the
why
doorknob.
I wanted it to do that.
Touch the doorknob. Totally cool.
The doorbell heats up automatically.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
I would love that.
And apparently they also announced the indoor version of this camera is going to be getting Google Assistant later this year, which
there you go.
It's kind of cool.
Now,
things. Oh, what?
Sorry. Everything that's getting Google Assistant, will all of them be able to talk with the same one type of data cores other than having 8 different assistants?
As far as I know, it's all the same.
Okay, just wondering. Because I remember you've got like 8 of them over there.
We've had problems with that before.
So I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't think it's that bad.
They're becoming unified.
Yes.
Good.
Finally, it's only taken a few years to do that.
Okay, just wondering.
More things that Nest announced was the Nest Secure Home Security System, and there's 3 different devices that come with this, that it's announced with this. There's the Guard, which is basically the hub, has a little keypad on the top that you can enable and disable the alarm, or with that you can get the tag that they're calling, whatever this thing is, that is basically like, the NFC tile chips that you can put on your keys or different things. It's basically that, but with Nest. So you can enable or disable the alarm with that. So you can walk in and just get it close enough to the hub, the Guard, and it'll turn off your alarm. So it won't just automatically go off. If you've set up that tag to do so. You can disable tags. Like if you lose one, you can just disable that tag so it won't disable your alarm if someone knows that it goes to your house somehow.
That's good.
So that's a benefit. And then there's also the Detect, and that's motion sensors that you can put in windows or doors, or apparently you can just put them in a room so it knows, like it'll sense just general motion if someone's in the room, which is kind of cool. You can get a starter pack that includes a Guard, 2 Detects, and 2 tags for $500.
Oh.
Additional Detect systems or things are $59 each, and the tags are $25 each. So it's not horribly priced.
That's not terrible, no.
but
It's all right.
it's interesting to see Nest starting to get into this side of the smart home and security type stuff.
You know, I've got to say, if I can get a suit of armor inside of which I can put the guard, and also if I can get the detect to like look like a little Sherlock Holmes, I am totally on board with this whole thing. Like 100%.
I second that, actually. That's awesome.
I'm sure, you know what? Do whatever you want.
That sounds
I just need to know if the guard with the tag, if that's going to work through metal, because if not, then that might cause problems. We'll see.
Does NFC work through metal?
I'm not sure.
No.
And that's
why there's antenna lines on phones or glass on phones.
Well, NFC might still work through metal, and
it probably works a little better than
radios don't.
some things. I don't know. I haven't tested that. You buy one and let me know.
Okay.
I could probably just Google it and find out.
There you go.
But that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want a suit of armor in my front room that starts screaming at you if the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
And preferably draws its sword or points its lance at you. That's what.
Preferably, right?
Come on, just automate me a night and let me put him in my room. That's my guard. Like, come on. I'm not asking all that much, really.
Yeah, okay.
Really, he's not. This would be fun.
Anyways, moving on. That's all the Google/Android news I have. I did want to mention a little stuff with Apple and iPhone. I heard a podcast. It was Mac Break Weekly, and Renee Ritchie from iMore was on there. And he was actually at the Apple event, and he gave his impressions on here about the new iPhone and stuff. And he was talking about Face ID, and this is what I want to talk about a little more. He gave a little more detail that I didn't know. You might already know this. Caleb probably does, but I just wanted to mention it. There's two variations of Face ID. There's the more secure version, which you have to be looking at your phone in order for it to work. Or there's the less secure, where you don't have to look directly at it. You just have to be in the vicinity, I guess, and it'll unlock. But like I said, that's less secure.
Right.
And I do believe both options, you still have to have your eyes open in order for it to work. That's one of the better features, I think, is someone can't just throw your phone in front of your face and have it unlock. If your eyes are, you can just close your eyes and it won't work, which is nice. And then apparently you can't have multiple people on Face ID, which I kind of get, but at the same time really sucks, because with Touch ID you could have 5 fingerprints.
Yeah, and
so
you
like
could share them around.
Like me and my wife, I don't have an iPhone, but we both have phones that have the fingerprint sensors on them. So like she's got a finger set up on my phone, I've got one set up on her phone, so we can both still unlock each other's device if we need to.
And if you're like driving and your spouse needs to unlock your phone for whatever reason, really kind of annoying to not be able to have them do that. Though I suppose actually in that particular situation, I could just like glance at the screen for a second if I was using Face ID. It's all like, just point the phone at my face and then look at it for a second and it will unlock. But still, Touch ID is nice, just to like, they can do it themselves. Just throw thumb on there and it's fine. Because I never did more than 4 fingerprints anyways. Yeah. Like I have both index fingers and both thumbs, and it lets you store 5. So that's the one for my wife. It's perfect. You go.
Yep. I would assume this is this could potentially be changed later iterations of Face ID.
True. It's just software.
Because this is the first version. They want to make sure it's as secure as they want it to be, and it'll work as well as they want it to, and just it'll get better over time. And that's what we've talked about the past couple weeks.
Yeah, and they probably don't want to confuse the software, because over time the phone is going to learn your face better and better every time you unlock it.
Exactly.
And so they probably don't want to get it confused on, hold on, whose face is this again? Because that might cause problems.
Yeah. And then I wanted to mention his impressions of the notch. And for him, he said he couldn't unsee it. Now, I mentioned last week how I've got the Moto 360 with what people call the flat tire, and I am fine with it. I got used to it, but there's also not part of the screen going around it. So I don't know. I still don't know how this is going to be on a phone. I have yet to see one, obviously, because they're not available yet. And I won't be buying one because it's $1,000.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very personal thing on how it is for you. If like some people are going to be fine with it, some people are going to hate it, and it's just the way it's going to be.
Yep.
For him, he said he couldn't unsee it. He couldn't get you like. Granted, he didn't have the phone for very long. It was just
That's
at
true.
the hands-on
It's
event.
just like a couple of minutes there.
Yeah. And so like, maybe over time he said he could get used to it, but who knows? It's just like I said, it's going to be one of those things that it's just a person-to-person type thing. It might be fine for you, it might not, but it's there. Got to get used to it.
Yeah.
I still hope that, me personally, I would hope that Apple just puts in the software that it's only going to be black up at that spot, and shows the clock and and your carrier and all that stuff like it normally does.
Yep.
And that's all that's up there.
We can hope.
That would really just make
none of their promotional
so
images
better.
show that.
No. That's why I'm worried that it may not
we
happen.
can hope.
There's still a month before it comes out.
It's true. That's plenty of time to, for
tweak it.
iOS version 11.0.1 that just has that one change in it.
Yep. That's all the news I have. I do have a little gaming, but we can save that for later.
All right. Sounds great. Caleb, why don't you take it away?
Okay.
Man, I talked
Since
for a
we're
long
already
time.
talking about
Yeah.
Apple. Okay, so just a reminder, 32-bit apps are not going to run in iOS 11. So if you haven't upgraded to iOS 11 yet, you should probably go into your settings mode and check on which apps on your phone are not going to work in iOS 11. Because I think they'll just be uninstalled, and you will never be able to get them back if you upgrade, and they're there. So, be aware. That being said, iOS 11 is out. It came out last week on the 19th, along with watchOS 4 and tvOS 11, which tvOS 11 introduced a black mode, which is like freaking awesome. So if the lights are off and it's really dark in your theater room and you're turning on your Apple TV to watch a movie, you are not instantly blinded by, oh my gosh, all the white.
Yeah, I love night mode versions of things.
Yeah, the TV, the operating system for the original Apple TV and the Apple TV 2 and the Apple TV 3, all of those, like, they were all dark interfaces. And then tvOS with the Apple TV 4, it's all like, look, it's so pretty, and I'm like, it's so white.
It's
oh
so
my gosh,
bright. I'm really curious to see now that they have an OLED screen on a phone. Will they make a night mode for the iPhone? At least for that one.
Yeah,
because that would be kind of cool.
It would be cool, and I think that they might do it now just because battery life savings. Holy
exactly.
crap,
That's why,
massive battery life savings. Because when you black out the entire screen on an LCD,
it doesn't do anything.
That actually makes the battery life worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be really interesting to see. I'd love to see if they do it. Anyways, so iOS 11 is out. The big thing that is the big thing is the iPad changes and AR. There's a few other things we'll talk about. We've already talked about most of the iPad changes because I've been using the beta on my iPad for several months now. So we're not going to go through that. I just want to go over some of the AR, augmented reality stuff that has been there. I was into the App Store the very first day, like, do they have any featured AR apps? And they did. There was we started out with like 4 of them, which kind of surprised me. There was just not that many that first day. There's now, a couple dozen major apps that are featured between the games and the apps sections of the new App Store, which, oh my gosh, having those in separate tabs, fantastic. So the most polished currently, like by a long shot, and I showed both of these guys before we got started, is the IKEA Place app, where you can basically just select furniture from IKEA's selection and place them in the world around you. So you can see how big a desk is, like where it's going to sit in your room. I was using it to try out some of the bar stools that they had because we've got an island that has 3 bar stools at it because they're kind of big bar stools. And I'd like to put 4 bar stools there. And so I was able to grab this app and check different sizes of bar stools and see which one was small enough that I could fit 4 of them at this island in my kitchen. And I'm like, holy cow, this is the coolest thing. The Overstock app has the same basic functionality, but it's not nearly as polished as the IKEA app. So, I mean, I guess if you'd rather shop with Overstock, then yeah, that's cool. It kind of works. if you just want to mess around with it just to see what it's like. I think the IKEA app is the one that I've seen that I'm just like instantly, that is a fantastic use case. This is a super helpful app, and I just love this implementation of augmented reality.
And that's what I've always thought and said is going to be the most used case, other than the stupid gimmicky Animoji crap that people are going to be doing. But
yeah, it's like right out of the gate, that is the app that I think I can point to and say this justifies the entire thing. Yeah. We'll see several apps from like retailers and that kind of thing. We'll be seeing that kind of thing that'll make shopping a whole lot less risky online.
Yeah, and that's even the same thing that Google has been doing with Project Tango. Kind of. They haven't quite got to that. I mean, they probably can do that, but the stuff that they've shown off with that is like they went into a Lowe's hardware store, and you could literally be guided to exactly where your thing that you needed to buy was in the store.
Yeah.
And so things like that is going to make just shopping in general way better.
Yeah. And then,
and just all the cool other crap that's going to come along with that.
Being able to see stuff that you're going to be buying online so that you know, oh yeah, that is this size. Like,
and it will look good in this spot of my house.
There's a chance that like at some point in the future you're going to be able to do that with clothes, so that you can get the AR set up, point your phone at somebody, pick a piece of clothing, see what it looks like on them.
Isn't that what the Amazon Look is for?
No, that sees the clothes you're currently wearing, not the clothes you could be wearing.
Oh, I'm sure it would give you options to buy on Amazon.
Well, that's true. But yeah, so like that kind of thing, I think that's going to be super cool. As far as games go right now, I haven't actually bought any of the paid augmented reality games. There aren't any that really seem all that super compelling. There is one free one, though, that my son loves. Thomas Minis is a train building game. So it's Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. And what you do is you're just in the game and you can build a little train set and watch the trains drive around on it. And it's just really simple. It's a kid's game. Whatever. It's fun. He likes that part. He likes playing with the trains. That's cool. The cool part is you can turn on the augmented reality mode, which allows you to place the train set in the real world on a table or something like that, and then take the phone and walk around it. And like you can get in close and look at the fine details and all that kind of thing. Super cool. He thinks that's the coolest thing ever.
That is cool.
Another game, Stack AR, lets you play the game on the floor so that you can see how tall a stack of blocks you actually made, like relatively speaking. The tallest I've got was about 3 feet or something like that. But the game itself is really simple and kind of dumb. But the AR is cool.
So that's not your indie game of the week?
No. Oh, so the other app besides IKEA Place that I look at and I'll go like, this is seriously awesome stuff. Tap Measure is an app that lets you get a floor plan and 3D model of the interior of any room. And it's
cool.
Super fantastic. So what it is you basically, you move your phone around, let it scan the place so that it gets an idea of what the AR environment is like, and then you walk over to a wall and you just drop pins at every corner in your room, like just all the way around, just going in one direction around the circumference of the room. You get back to the beginning and connect it, and then it lets you just drag the whole thing up until you get to the ceiling, and then you hit done, and it creates a virtual model of the interior of that room. And then you can go around and it will auto-detect rectangles and stuff for like windows and doors and that kind of thing so that you can mark where those are, and then you can walk around inside of that room like on your phone and just kind of get an idea of the space, how the space sits and that kind of thing.
See, this is the stuff that I've wanted in phones forever. And ever since like Project Tango was announced or things like this were talked about, I was like, this is what needs to be done.
Yeah, definitely.
I am really excited for this stuff.
It works staggeringly well. And what I'm seeing the app as it is right now and thinking, these are the use cases in which it would be fantastic, because it's also measuring distance. Like it has just a normal tape measure mode that you can use to measure horizontal distance as well. But it measures all of the distances around your room, calculates the floor plan or the floor square footage, and then lets you like measure the height of the ceiling and calculate wall square footage and stuff like that. So it's giving you all of these calculations based on the information that you give it that way, so that you know, like, okay, this is about how much paint I should be ordering if I want to paint these walls, or this is about how much carpet I'm going to need if I'm going to be, carpeting this room or something like that.
That's awesome.
So really cool existing use cases for this stuff. But what I want to see is the ability to apply textures to the walls by taking photos of them. Like take a picture of the wall and then have it overlay that picture into the virtual environment. I also want to
that
be
would
able
cool.
to map pieces of existing furniture after I've created the model, because right now all you can do is make an empty room. So to be able to go back and say there's a couch here, there's a dresser here, that kind of thing.
I'm sure that type of stuff, like if you were to implement this with the IKEA app.
That's exactly, like I want to be able to hook IKEA into this model so that I can drop their furniture into the...
Cool. I'm sure that'll come eventually.
Yes.
Because if you think about software like AutoCAD, where you can already build a room or a house and all that crap.
Yes.
If AutoCAD would take this same technology, and I know they're working on it, like they've been working with Project Tango and AR Kit, and all that crap for a while now.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that, and I'd imagine it won't be super long before we get stuff like that.
I'm really excited to see where this kind of thing goes.
And again, like we've talked about, it'll be potentially quicker, but more like the really good implementation of these type of apps will be 6 months to a year out still, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But, I mean, this is showing well already.
Yes, we've got really, really promising results for this thing, and I think it's super cool. Can't wait to see where it goes. On the other end of the scale, we have stuff like Giphy World, which allows you to place a stupid animated GIF that floats obnoxiously in the middle of the air and is like... It's basically, try to picture a 2D sprite from like an old Mario, like on the NES, something like that. Except it's always pointing at you no matter where you walk. That's what these look like. They don't look 3D.
Yeah.
They don't look augmented reality. They look stupid. And I think it's retarded. So don't download that. There is one other AR app. It's a paid app. I didn't pay for it. It's like $3, and I'm just kind of a cheapskate. I'm going to buy it eventually, though. It's called Sky Guide AR, and basically you walk outside, clear night, point your phone at the sky, and it starts identifying stars and constellations for you.
That's cool.
Which is freaking awesome.
Now, does it do it if it's a cloudy night?
Probably not.
It just overlays the stars on the clouds? That would be cool.
That would be cool. I think it needs to see the stars, though. I think it needs to see the stars and go... Okay, I know your location. I know how you're holding your phone. I can see these stars here. All right, that's that constellation. That's that star, and start identifying that stuff for you. And holy cow,
sounds pretty awesome.
That's a sweet way to stargaze. So yeah, AR is super cool. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And now that we finally have this stuff in the App Store, we can see how good AR Kit actually works, and it looks like it's working great. Like, I think it's pretty cool. And this is all on an iPhone 7 Plus. You can do this on the 6S or newer, which means that if you have an SE, 6S, 6S Plus, or 7 or 7 Plus, or 8 or 8 Plus, those are all of the devices that you're going to be able to do this with. Oh, also iPad Pro, any of the iPad Pros, and I think the brand new just regular iPad. I think those are the only ones. So basically it has to have the same processor as is in the 6S, or one of the newer ones. No, the A9 was in the 6S.
A9, it's got to have the A9 chip or newer.
Yes. So, pretty cool stuff. If you've got any of those devices, I think, go... I mean, if nothing else, go download the IKEA Place app and just play around with that, because that's super fun.
It is cool.
Okay, so the other new stuff for iOS 11, the new App Store, they just completely redid the whole thing. I really like what they've done with app discovery and then breaking the games and apps into 2 separate tabs. Really like that. Big fan.
That wasn't a thing?
No, they were all mixed in together. Super obnoxious.
That's something that Android did a while ago.
Yes,
and I was really glad when they did it, because it was annoying.
Yes, it's nice to have those separated. The Files app. So we're starting to see finally what the Files app is really going to look like in actual use. One of the big problems or concerns that I had going into it was that I had Box and Google Drive and stuff in addition to iCloud.
Right.
And that was all hooked into the Files app. I could see all of them. But when I would go to Box or Google Drive files, it would pull up a separate interface inside of a little window inside of the Files app that would basically just take me to the Box app and let me browse the files in there. And then if I tried to open them, then it would copy the file from the Box app into iCloud and then open it in an app. It wouldn't let me edit it directly in Box. So that was really dumb. Now that iOS is out, both Google Drive and Box, I haven't tried Dropbox, but I'm sure it's probably the same deal. They've updated, and they now support it so that if you try to open something from there, if I try to open a Pages document from Box, it opens in Pages, and then if I save it from Pages and quit, it saves it back to Box. So it kind of does this weird thing where it looks like it's copying it into Pages, which copies it into iCloud. It doesn't actually do that. It's just storing the local copy in Pages on device, not in the cloud, and it then deletes that after you're done editing and saves it to Box, which syncs it into the cloud. So Files app actually looks like it's going to be working really cool.
So now it actually works kind of similar to how it would on a computer.
PC. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's something I've also wanted
Yes.
on phones for a while.
It's pretty sweet. And the last thing, so do not disturb while driving, super cool. Works great. Guys, you got a phone that is running iOS 11, just set it to automatic mode and just be safe. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's a really, really great idea, and I'm super happy that Apple did it.
Now, does this block, does it work the same way regular Do Not Disturb works, where it blocks everything?
Yes.
Or allows certain people?
Yeah, you can set it so that it will allow repeat notifications from certain people through. But other than that, it just blocks all notifications. And if you want to unlock your phone while you're using it, you have to open your phone up. You have to push on the home button or force touch on the notification that says do not disturb while driving is active, and you can push a button that says I'm not driving, and then it will let you use your phone like normal. So it's easy to turn it off if you're sitting in the passenger seat of a car and it turns on because you're driving or something like that. Just single tap and it's off. So it's really convenient, and it keeps notifications from interrupting you while you're driving, because you don't need to read that text. You don't need to check that Facebook notification. Please just stop, drive, focus on the road.
That's cool.
And unexpected plus side that I didn't realize until I was actually using it, it keeps notifications from interrupting your music via Bluetooth by playing your notification noise over Bluetooth while you're driving.
Nice.
So
there's
that.
Very nice.
If you need some kind of a selfish reason beyond just, I don't want to die to turn this on,
because
there you go.
You need more selfish reason than that.
I know, right? Okay. So yeah, that's iOS 11. It's out right now for anyone who is running a 5S or newer. So
turn it on. Make it happen.
Like legit 5-year-old phones. Okay. So also this last week, the 8 and 8 Plus started shipping and getting into customers' hands. So we're starting to see those things out in the wild. So DxO Mark, they got the new phone's got a DxO Mark score.
And speaking of which, DxO Mark has revamped the way they test phone cameras.
They have.
Not that it's going to make it that much better, but they've revamped it.
Yes. So they gave the 8 and the 8 Plus the highest scores for smartphones ever. So the 8 Plus is slightly higher than the 8 because it has the dual cameras and can do the photo or portrait effect stuff. That is technically what happened last year with the 7 Plus until the Pixel was tested. So we'll see how that goes. If like 3 weeks from now the Pixel beats out the iPhone 8 again. It also beat out the S8. I'm not sure if they've tested the Note 8 yet. I couldn't actually find a score for it, so I don't know about that. But it did beat out the S8, which was very similar. I think it was actually the same score as the Pixel. So, cameras on these things, really nice. It's not, we were expecting really nice phone cameras because Apple always gives us really nice ones. I was actually kind of surprised to see how close the regular 8 was to the 8 Plus. It was 1 point less in the score, which, I guess the 1 point is just photo effect or portrait effect. But yeah, most of the improvement over the 7, according to DxO, was that low light improvement has vastly improved overall. Low light performance has vastly improved. Low light improvement has vastly performed overall. Anyways, so yeah, they made the cameras better. I don't know that anyone is surprised. We also got a couple of more details on the Apple TV 4K and the 4K streaming and stuff like that. So, slight bummer, you can't download your 4K iTunes movies at all. You can download them. You can get an HD version of it downloaded to your computer or whatever, but you can only stream it. Now,
that sucks.
Confusingly, the way that it was worded did not actually make clear whether or not you would be able to download it to an iOS device or whether you just get the HD version there. That's probably less important because the screens on iOS devices are not 4K, but you could plug a phone into a 4K display, and I think it can send 4K video over the Lightning connector in the newer iPad Pros. So, I don't know. Maybe not. It wasn't clear, but you can't download movies to an Apple TV anyways, so that's not really a problem. You have to stream them there, but you cannot download them to your computer, which is kind of a bummer. Good chance that was probably one of the concessions that Apple had to make in order to keep the 4K content so cheap. That being said, iTunes movie rentals are now for 48 hours instead of 24.
Nice.
So, good news, bad news.
Yeah.
It balances. Also, today,
Ooh.
Mac OS High Sierra was released.
Yes.
It updated fine on my computer.
It didn't on mine.
Basically, all of the changes for this operating system are under the hood,
on mine either.
and I have nothing to report. Like, seriously, it's like there's new image formats, there's new video formats, there's a new file system, like all kinds of cool stuff, like improved tracking, blocking for websites. But probably the thing most users are going to notice is the new version of Safari will automatically block auto-playing videos in web pages.
That's a plus.
That's super cool, but like that's like literally the only difference. Oh, new wallpaper. There's a new wallpaper. It's really pretty.
That always happens, yes.
It's a really pretty
It's
wallpaper. Like it popped up when I was like booting my computer up, and I'm like, whoa, that's like my favorite in years.
It's slightly foggy and hazy because it's the High Sierra.
It is.
Oh.
Well, and it's like it's actually really cool because it's like this valley that's got like a little lake at the bottom, and then like the mountainside is like trees that are in the middle of fall with all the different leaf colors and everything, and really nice colors and stuff. And then just a little bit further up the mountain, it's like just a nice light sprinkling of snow. So like half the picture is this really white wintry scene, and the other half is very fall-like, and it's very serene. And I looked at that picture and I was all like, I would like to be there, except it's probably cold, so maybe not.
Well, it's cold here. So.
It's true, yeah. Scenery there is infinitely better. So yeah, High Sierra, it's out. You should update. I mean, it comes with a whole bunch of new security features and, auto tracking, blocking stuff in Safari, and auto video playing stuff blocked and stuff. So cool, sure.
Stuff.
The last thing I wanted to talk about with Apple is the end of an era. So, previous podcast, I mentioned how Google had paid Apple like $3 billion or something like that.
Yes.
And Apple and Google have an existing arrangement for default search stuff in Safari. And $3 billion seemed like quite a lot of money to renew an existing search contract. So I speculated that what if Apple was also going to go with Google for Siri and Spotlight searches? And they did.
Guess what?
So, called it.
Yes,
Bing,
you
bing,
did.
bing, bing. I mean,
Bing.
wait.
Oh, I guess Bing is not the right word.
No. So, yes, Bing is no more. If you do a Spotlight search or a Siri search, those are going to be powered by Google from now on.
So now Bing's traffic is going to drop dramatically.
Yes, probably quite a lot.
Microsoft's like, dough.
Yes.
Crap.
But yeah, that is all of the Apple news that I have.
Wow. Well, since we're on Microsoft, I'll just swing in
go.
there. I don't have too much, but one thing that we have talked about previously on the podcast is actually Teams. And I know out of all of us here, Caleb has used Teams. And Microsoft has now announced that they are going to use Teams, and it will replace Skype for Business. So everything that's Skype for Business is just going to roll over into Teams now, which...
I didn't really like Skype for Business either, so whatever.
So there you go. So everyone, and it's only on the business side, obviously. So everyone that was using Skype for Business, they're slowly getting rid of that and turning it into Teams.
And Teams is mostly on the business side also.
Yes.
It's strictly business, actually. You can't log into it with just like
I
a
heard
student
they're
account
starting to do
or something
guest
like
passes, but it's
Are
like,
they? Yeah.
yeah, I've heard. But
Yeah, it's not like Slack. You can't just like download it and like, yeah, I'm going to use this with my buddies. Like you have to be paying for an Office 365 business subscription in order to use Teams, which doesn't excuse the nastiness of that interface.
Oh, jeez.
I just can't
I actually
get
want to
over
try
that.
it. I do, just to see. 'Cause I wish I I could, but our Apple guy's the one that's using it. So.
To fully experience the madness, you need to use it on a Mac where it replaces the standard notification system with its own custom rolled piece of garbage. Because I'm pretty sure on Windows, it just uses the integrated Windows notifications.
Right.
Like,
I bet it does.
Like everything should.
Yeah.
But on Mac OS,
it has a hard time. Well,
anyways.
But there you go. So that's happening. And sad to say I haven't used either or to say if it's good or bad, but coming from our Apple guy, apparently it's not good.
I mean, to be fair, Skype for Business wasn't great either in a modern climate where you want to be able to carry on conversations with more than one person at a time.
Yeah.
Skype for Business was hampered by, it was very much a like one-to-one instant messenger kind of experience.
Yeah.
And did not have the integrations for Teams. Also didn't do well with attachments or uploaded files or anything like that. So Skype for Business had a lot of problems. It was kind of just, I mean, it's just old-fashioned, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like an AOL era kind of experience. And you know, it was fine back then, but it's not fine anymore. And so I can totally see them getting rid of Skype for Business. It's a little old-fashioned. If they also at the same time were to clean up Teams, then that would be just great. Please do.
It's improving.
Is it?
Hopefully.
I haven't noticed.
I haven't noticed. Well, I'll just say hopefully it is, and we'll leave it at that because I can't use it, so I don't know. You're the one reporting on that.
Yes.
So.
Well, we'll see.
Anyway, so another thing that is happening is Microsoft is going to rename the Windows Store to the Microsoft Store, and they're changing the logo a little bit. It's kind of the same, but they're actually giving it colors on the Windows Store, so your icon and everything.
Weird.
Yeah, so they're going to change it, and even on your little taskbar, it should change here soon.
So wait a second, am I going to be able to buy hardware through that store now? Because when you say Windows Store, I think of the Windows Store that's down next to the Apple Store in the mall.
It's going to confuse people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, it will.
Okay.
But
naming, yay!
Yay!
Okay.
But
Microsoft is getting in on it too.
Yep, they're making it happen. And but that's for the Windows 10 PC, anything with the Windows 10, as well as I believe Windows 10 Mobile. They're going to be doing that. But with so far, the only thing they haven't confirmed or denied is if they're going to change the Xbox Store to Microsoft Store. Not sure, because you can actually buy Xbox games on the Windows Store,
yeah,
or new Microsoft Store. So
that would actually make sense if they were to change that one, because like that would be the reason to me why you change the name of the Windows Store to Microsoft Store, so that you can call it the Microsoft Store on Xbox.
Yeah,
because you can't call it the Windows Store on Xbox because that ain't quite Windows.
Exactly.
That's an
Xbox.
Xbox.
But it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windows Store for Xbox. That'd be nice, but they haven't confirmed or denied it on there.
Right.
So, but that's kind of really the big kind of things on there that I wanted to mention. I do have some gaming news that I'll kind of slide right into. The first thing is on air. It's been reported that the actual Microsoft Store that you walk to or drive to or go to physical location to not download your digital media. Anyway,
I bet they'd love that if you could download stuff from there, though. You walk in, and that's the only place you download.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me see your phone.
On your Samsung phone.
Let me see your phone. We'll put all the Microsoft stuff on there. It's pretty handy. I wouldn't know because they won't put any Microsoft stuff on my Microsoft phone, but that's another rant. So if you are wanting to try the Xbox One X and try it for yourself before buying, you can actually now go to participating Microsoft stores and go to a store that has that has the X, play it in 4K, HD, the full HD. You can play Forza Motorsport 7 in all its 4K HDR glory.
Sweet.
And so that's a lot of participating ones. As well, they did say that Best Buy will start having demos as well.
Huh.
So if you want to go and try it out and see if this is something you want to pay for, sure. There you go.
Sweet.
Also, one thing I did want to mention, I heard on I can't remember what podcast, but I thought this was interesting, is a lot of people that did get HDR TVs that think that they're using HDR, you need to make sure that you actually have it turned on.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that it wasn't an automatic thing because I haven't bought one, but I had found out that people have bought it and they just didn't know. But then it tells you that only like maybe one HDMI can
Oh,
one
yeah,
HDMI
like one
port
specific port.
can do the HDR.
Because in order to do HDR, you have to have like HDMI 2.1 or something.
It's like 2.0A or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And like a lot of TVs still come with HDMI 4 or 1.4 on them.
Yeah.
And
then they only do one port. But anyway, so just kind of more information. So if you're buying a television that is cheaper but has the 4K plus all that, the HDR and all that, you may want to make sure that it's turned on and you have it in the right HDMI.
Yep.
So I did hear about that, and I was like, oh, I better let people know because I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's good.
I just thought it was
makes
like
sense.
I just thought.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that it's not just turned on by default. I get the whole one HDMI port, but why wouldn't they just have it on? Seems.
I don't know.
I mean, there's not a
Question.
ton of content, but if you buy an HDR TV, you could be like, "Oh, this
That's
Netflix
why
show
someone
is in
would.
HDR. I'll watch it." Why does it not look different?
Well, I don't think people know.
That's probably true.
So there's one person that said that they didn't even know. They're like, "Oh yeah, I've got HDR," and then they somehow found the same thing out like we just did, and they're like, "I wonder if it's not even on." So they went and, "Oh, it's not." Turned it on, and then it says it's only this USB port. So then the guy had to go back and switch his USBs, not USB, HDMI. Sorry. And I was like, "Oh," so I was like, "Oh, maybe that should," because I haven't heard that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So just wanted to
Interesting.
update on that HDR thing. I reminded myself on that. But anyway, back to the physical Microsoft Store. If you want to go try that out, go for it. Or a participating Best Buy near you.
Well, probably not near us, if we're honest.
Our Best Buy sucks.
Kind of does, yeah.
So amazing. Actually, it just remodeled. I went in there the other day and I
Did
was like,
they?
I couldn't find anything because I'm like, wait, where's the? Oh, over there. Okay, so yeah. Have fun with that if you want to.
What
Enjoy.
needs to happen is when the Halloween store that's next door to them goes out because it's not Halloween,
They should buy it.
they need to
And
buy
extend?
that and just make it twice the size.
Wouldn't
and
that
it'd be
be
the normal
awesome?
size of a Best Buy.
Oh my gosh! And then they could like actually carry computer components.
Yeah,
And maybe
Wouldn't
the
that be
musical
fantastic?
and not
instruments
just
section.
computer
Yeah.
plugs.
That was one of my favorite things when I walked into a Best Buy and it had a drum room. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going.
Right? They actually had an instrument room.
Yeah, well, they
Like-
had a lot of the bigger ones have instrument rooms. This one had its own dedicated drum room, like a music store.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I can actually play these drums in here.
Yes.
Uh.
They were very nice. I
Well, the
worked.
drums weren't nice, but
Well, yeah, because you had a bunch of people putting holes in. I'm like, oh hey, dink.
that's the downside to having a drum room at a Best Buy.
Yeah.
Lots of non-drummers going in there to
Yeah.
break stuff.
But anyway, Best Buy
Cool.
will have Xbox
Yes,
One
they'll
X,
have the Xbox One X.
participating ones. But hey, I'd be surprised if we would. I might check in just to see if we have ours or
Yeah.
have one in ours. Anyway,
Yes.
so the next thing I did want to talk about was actually Minecraft and its update for Better Together update for bringing cross-platform to everyone.
So
and
is now
It's
the time for me
here.
to download it on my phone?
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
been waiting.
yeah, now's the
Yes,
time.
yes. I
Now
will
is the
check.
time.
Do it.
Now, what's interesting. So to report on this, I did for Xbox as well as my Windows phone, and I don't know if it'll be the same on here. So I had already purchased Minecraft. I've actually purchased it on 3 different devices. I purchased it on the Xbox One. I've purchased it on the Windows 10, and I've purchased it on my Windows 10 phone. Now, prior
Goodness,
to
that's
this,
expensive
What,
how
it's
much
like
is it?
$7.
for a phone app
It's
that I may or may not play
full,
that much.
It's the full version.
it,
though.
it is
know.
the entire game.
It's the entire
Like,
game. Like,
to be fair,
But will I play it as much as I play Super Mario Run?
you may.
I don't know.
You may.
You know
How
me,
much
I'm
do
not
you
a
play
gamer.
Super Mario Run.
It is fun to
every
just
day.
mess in though. It's fun to just mess. It really is to like create and fall and do all sorts of stuff. So you
Create and fall and die
And die.
splat.
Now,
it's fun.
now I can't complain too much because I do have like $35 in Google Play
Oh,
credit.
good grief! Just buy it.
just buy the stinking thing.
But I'm still picky on how I use that money.
This is for science. Come on, just make it happen.
I'll think
Oh,
about it.
'kay.
It'll probably happen
Anyway.
eventually.
I think it would be fun. Then we can just do a. I'll tell you what. If we all start playing Minecraft, I'll actually get a realm that we can just have a bunch of crap on. Just hop onto it, okay? I'm actually thinking about getting one for a lot.
That'd be cool.
I have a calling all platforms
Yeah,
realm.
because apparently we can make it infinite. So it's like, oh, over here is ours, and then we'll just let the other people just mess over here.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, So back to Minecraft on here to report on. So when I logged into the Xbox One, I went to the Xbox One or Xbox Minecraft Xbox One Edition. Went on there. That's what it's called. And it did have an update, and I was like, oh, so here it is. Here's the update. It updated, and then I went in, and as soon as I hit play, it actually gave me a notification. It said, hey, do you want to play this version, or do you want to go to the new? And I'm like, well, I would assume new, duh. So when I hit new, it actually took me to the store and started downloading for free because I actually already purchased Minecraft on the Xbox. It let me download the new version for free that's just Minecraft. So it's a separate app on the Xbox. So I actually had to do it. But once I downloaded it, I went in, and it actually looks just like the PC version, which is obviously probably what it is. But I was able to pull all my worlds from other Minecraft sources that it saw on my gamer tag to the world. So I thought that was really cool that it actually would look and be like, oh, you had one here, here, here. And it said, do you want to pull them? Or pull what, I could individually, I could pull them. So I was able to pull like 2 or 3. Now, I had hopped into the world. I had someone connect to me via Xbox Live. And then I actually noticed that Caleb was on his iPhone.
Yep.
And he was playing and it actually said Minecraft PE iOS, which is Pocket Edition, obviously. And which
is really funny because it's not actually branded as the Pocket Edition on the iPhone.
Is it
anymore.
not? They may not have
it's
changed
not
it.
on Android either.
Yeah, the update they changed it to just
it just says Minecraft.
Yeah, I looked
right?
a couple weeks ago and it did say Pocket Edition. Now it just says Minecraft.
Yeah, when mine updated on my phone as well, it was the Pocket Edition, but it actually now just says Minecraft. Anyway, So I was like, oh, let's just see if this works. And I went ahead and sent him an invite, and it popped him right in.
Yep.
And one thing I thought was really cool that I didn't – normally I play on the Xbox, and on the Xbox it didn't really have the feature of chatting in the actual Minecraft game using the Minecraft chat. And all of a sudden, because Caleb wasn't using comms, mic, or anything to talk, he used the chat. And I'm like, I have never seen that in the Xbox version before. So like, okay, hold on. I got to go to settings and look and how to bring up chat. But it's pretty fluent in how you can do it. But I was sitting there and I was like, oh, it brings up the keyboard. And I'm like, okay, left, 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 A, left, left, B, whatever. And I was like, gosh, there's got to be a better way to do this without a chat pad. And then I saw something cool that you can actually just hit a button it'll actually record what I say and then put it on there for me very fast. And then I could just hit send. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. So pretty cool. Yep. But it brought you right in.
Yeah.
You were able to just come into the world using your iPhone and everything, and it was great.
Yeah. So it threw a notification up because I'd allowed notifications for Minecraft.
Oh, good.
And it was just an Xbox Live notification. It was all like, hey, so-and-so has invited you to play Minecraft. So just hit that, pulled me into the game, let me accept the invite, and then drop me into the server. It was just that easy. Super simple. Couple of bugs that are, I'm sure, going to get worked out. First of all, the chat interface. So on the iPhone 7 Plus, when you turn the phone into landscape mode, which is, the orientation for Minecraft, the keyboard is huge. It gets really big and has all these extra buttons on it and becomes really super full of features and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Not in Minecraft. It just takes the normal keyboard and stretches it horizontally, and it makes it really difficult to reach the keys in the middle of the screen because this phone is kind of dang wide. So that was a little obnoxious. And also, it kept the text box entry field for the actual text I was typing into the chat below the keyboard. It was underneath the keyboard down at the bottom of the screen.
That's weird.
It wouldn't slide up above the keyboard. So I couldn't actually see what I was typing. I just had to type it and hit enter and hope that I didn't misspell something, which I did, so
I
cool.
saw once or twice. No.
And then the game crashed out from under me after about 10 minutes, which is less than ideal. So obviously there's still some bugs. This is the first time we've ever seen anything like this, though.
Yes.
Where, I've got an iPhone, I've got an Apple TV, I've got an Android phone, I've got Windows, I've got an Xbox, I've got a Wii. Cool. I'll play with you. Whatever. Just any freaking device that runs this game except for a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, I got more news on that.
Here's a question.
Yes.
I downloaded it because,
Sweet.
I do that. I just clicked on the play, and it's showing me the little worlds thing, and it says Realms, and then it says 30-day free trial.
Correct.
So
Do I have to pay more?
No. You have to hit new up above that.
Create new.
and then you can create just a normal one.
Now, what's really cool right now, we could legitimately all, because we're all on a LAN, we can actually start playing all together right here.
So now I can either do new world or new realm.
So you'd want to do world. Realm is the one that just stays on forever, and then world is you'd have to be on in that world for us to join that world. So you'd be hosting it. But a realm is off. Is the one where is the one that it stays on a server. So I don't have to be on it, and then everyone can just join it, whoever I give access to.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So one thing I thought was really cool to kind of continue reporting on this here. So when Caleb did leave, I still had someone connected to me on Xbox Live. I actually thought about it, and I was like, oh, I want to see if I could connect my phone to this. So I actually got on my phone while my Xbox was running, got into it showed that on the LAN side, when I got to the options, it actually said that there was a game being hosted on the LAN, and to join it. So I went ahead and joined it on my phone, and it actually allowed me to join. The one thing that I was questioning was actually because I have my gamer tag on the Xbox as well as my phone, and I was like, oh, is it going to try and boot my Xbox off and let me join with my phone? No, it actually just let me join up. So it basically had my gamer tag. It had said both of them two characters that had the same gamer tag, basically. But I was able to join and play on both and mess around, and I was able to connect that way. So you're able to connect someone that's live on the internet as well as LAN, and I thought that was really cool. So we were able to do that. So crossplay. Excellent. So the crossplay that is out currently right now is Xbox One, Windows 10, Android, iOS, and VR. Those are the ones currently.
Yes.
Now, coming this winter is what they have said will be the Nintendo Switch version.
And also the Apple TV.
Oh, and the Apple TV. I didn't see that.
That one's not it's not the same version as the iOS version.
I did not know that.
So yeah.
Okay.
It should be coming about the same time as the Switch from what I understand. So
And so why is this kind of a big thing? I mean, this is a first in a lot of things to play like this. I mean, you can have up to many people playing on many different devices in the same worlds, just playing and enjoying.
Yep.
And it's pretty quick, awesome, drop in, drop out.
Yeah.
Like,
my favorite part about it is you don't have to pay any extra. Unless you're on the Xbox, you probably still have to pay for a Games with Gold account. Well, not Games with Gold, Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
In order to do the multiplayer. But if you've got an Xbox Live game tag,
yep,
you can sign into Xbox Live on this thing, and you can play with any of your friends anywhere over the internet, whatever. You don't have to be on a LAN. It's fine. As long as whoever is hosting the world is online, you can play it with them in their game. As soon as they go offline, you get dropped out. That's the advantage of a realm, is that it's always online. It's a dedicated server, and you can sign into it whenever you want.
And that is you have to pay for it, and I believe it's only like $5.
Yeah, it's like $5 or $6 a month, so it's not terrible. And if you do play Minecraft a lot with your friends, then that would be a really great thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just nobody has ever done anything like this before. Like, this is a first, for sure.
It's amazing. It's cool.
It's so sweet.
It is, and honestly, we are hoping that PlayStation hops on board with this, and
yes,
Sony. We just hope they hop on board, because obviously we talked last week about the crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation on the Fortnite, a game that hasn't been technically released yet.
Yeah,
and how well I was doing a little more research on that, and people were just like, "Yeah, it's been running great" before they turned it off, like because apparently it's just close to being a Switch, like just off. On
yeah,
which I honestly think Epic did that on purpose,
probably
to just get the data and be like, look, it works.
Look,
it's
Sony,
fine.
It's a piece of cake.
And they actually went and talked to who's the guys that do Rocket League?
Yeah,
they quoted them and they're like, dang, because they're like, they didn't really say it, but they're like, yeah, it's literally that easy. We're just waiting to turn it on. We're just waiting for the okay. So
I just smacked a cow.
As we speak, Landon is on. Did you try and connect to him?
I friended him. I've still got notes to make about game stuff.
You still got notes? Oh yeah.
Landon's basically falling asleep over there.
Let's just turn this into a Minecraft.
He can play Minecraft.
But anyway,
I do have gaming news.
Oh yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, that's true.
We're getting there, but
yeah.
Also, I did want to mention. So, if you had purchased Minecraft digitally, you can actually download this for free already. You can get it. You're done. You're golden. If you had purchased Minecraft, say on the Xbox One, but you bought the disc, you will later. They will have an option for you to get this for free. So right now, if you have the disc for the Minecraft Xbox One edition, they'll come up with something. I can't remember what they said. It's currently right now you can't get it for the free, but they will have something on how to do that. So anyway, and I did mention this, but also the Nintendo Switch one is coming soon, and you said the
Apple TV.
The Apple TV will too. So I mean, how sweet! Like this, it's exciting. It really. Like, I haven't played Minecraft, actually sat down and played it in a while, but I've now got a hankering to play it.
Yeah.
It brought me back into the world, and with all the stuff that they've added, because what was really bad about each edition is only certain ones had the new features. Like, obviously, the PC one's going to get all the newest features.
Yep.
But then when someone goes to play on the Xbox or the PlayStation...
It's like, does it have this? Does
it's
it
like,
not?
no, it doesn't have this feature. It doesn't have this update
And the
yet.
Pocket Edition was always, like, hilariously limited.
Oh, yeah. Always. And now it's just like, yeah, all of them are just now...
Yep.
It's
the
Minecraft.
same.
It's the same.
It's everywhere.
And so... good job, Microsoft, is what I'm saying. Like, good job making this happen and just putting it everywhere.
Yep.
And hopefully all platforms will just see this and be like, yeah, this does work.
Yeah,
like,
do it.
Please.
Do it.
So that's I do have a little mention, but I'm assuming we probably have the same on the new Overwatch map. Did you?
Oh, no, I actually wasn't going to mention it.
You didn't?
So you better mention it.
Okay, well, Overwatch has come out with a new map, which was Junkertown.
Yeah.
I did mess on that last night.
Super fun.
What I did is I actually created a custom game and went around and just kind of was looking around, and I was like, oh, geez, a lot of different things. I'm like, this is
Loads
awesome.
of detail.
And the music, oh my goodness.
It's fun.
It's totally Australian.
That map plays, like, so different than any of the other maps.
Yes.
So many flanking routes. It's huge. Like, the map itself is not, it's not like linearly very much longer than normal escort maps.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty similar to something like, oh my gosh, Gibraltar. Something like that, Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Yeah.
In length, but, like, width. Like, because there's so many flanking routes, and the path that the cart takes doubles back on itself, like, so hardcore in a couple of different places.
Yep.
And, yeah, it's just wild, like, so different to play on than
There's
any
always
of the other maps.
action.
And it's super cool. Like,
not only did that happen, so then I got into the arcade, which you can just play Junkertown, 6 for 6.
Yep.
I decided to hop on Mercy and try out her stuff.
Yeah.
At first I was like, holy crap, but I like the change.
It's good.
Have you?
I haven't really played as Mercy much. I've been playing more as Diva.
Have you? Oh yeah. Well,
because her changes are also pretty significant. But no, I really like the Mercy change. Actually, so I was playing Junkertown, and I was Junkrat, because I got into the server.
Yeah.
Somebody had already locked in Mercy. Somebody had already locked in Diva. And so I'm like, well, I haven't played much Junkrat since he got his buffs. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to play as Junkrat.
You're literally
so
flying.
I'm Junkrat, yeah. 2 mines, like, jumping all over the place. Right out the gate, I'm just, like, having a bunch of fun, like, chucking mines in people's faces. I get onto the cart, because we're attacking, and a Widowmaker snipes me. Like, just headshot dead right next to the cart. And then the Mercy comes flying across the gap, and I'm all like, what are you doing? And then she reses me, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, caught me totally off guard, and then I got sniped again. But it was just like, that's so cool.
Well, playing as her, like, it seems smarter. It's a smarter UI to way. Now, I have to get used to her flying.
Yes. That's
like,
kind of weird.
But that has saved me, especially from Genji.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah, you
all
just
of a
get
sudden,
up there.
as soon as I hear his Dragon Blade, I'm like, oh, fly.
Just,
and I'm
just
like,
pop
and I'm
your
just
ult,
up there.
fly away.
Yep. And I'm like,
come and get me now, jerk.
Yeah.
You can only dash into the air once.
Yep.
I'm at the top of the skybox, just
and I'm still
chilling.
healing.
Yeah, exactly. And healing like your entire team if they're all standing close to each other.
So
that's pretty cool.
Great. I did play a little Diva. I didn't get the most out of it because it was a quick like we needed a quick tank to help push, and I was like, oh, I'll just do Diva to push them off the point.
Yeah.
And then that ended pretty quick, but it was just kind of. But I did notice the changes of her half duration of her.
Yeah, the defense matrix.
So I'm not used to that.
So fast.
I'm not used to that because I got owned
Yep.
quick. I was like, oh, nope, I don't. It's gone.
Yep. No, I tell you what that is for now. It is basically exists entirely for, like Reinhardt, McCree, Soldier, anyone who's got like really high damage burst attacks. So
Yeah.
McCree with the Deadeye, Soldier with the missiles, Reinhardt with his Fire Strike. You get right up in their face as they're about to use it, right-click, block that one attack, and then start shooting them.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you can do.
It's
you really
different.
don't have that much time.
It is different.
So I'm actually really excited to see that hit like the professional teams, because that is going to completely screw up the meta, because so much of the current dive meta relies on Diva
Yep.
being
and
there with her defense matrix, blocking people from shooting the Winston.
Yep.
And yeah, if that's not there, everything's going to change. So I'm
It's-
kind of really stoked for that. But
It is. So
good changes.
Good
I'm
changes
pleased all around.
Really reinvigorating. Like, because it's just, it makes me want to play some more because of the changes.
Yeah.
And I love Mercy. I love playing her. And at first I was a little hesitant because I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I get, because it gets to a point where it's your buttons, was it muscle memory?
Yeah.
And adding certain things and remembering, like, because at first I didn't use my alt for the longest time because I'm like, I don't know how to use it and where's the good place.
Yeah.
But then finally I was just like, okay, I just need to use it, and I'm like, I get it.
Yep.
And then as soon as I hear Genji do his Dragon Blade, I'm like, oh, fly away. Whee!
Yeah, that was Diva. I kept forgetting she had the missiles, which are like fantastic. It takes a second for him to launch, so it's not like button shoot missile. Like it takes a sec, but if you time that right, like you obliterate anyone with those things.
Yes.
Like a freaking Roadhog. Like there was Roadhog parked on the point, and I like flew up to him, and he had just done his take a breather, so he didn't have that healing.
Yeah.
And I flew right up to him and just missiles, and then you can fire the missiles and hold down the primary fire at the same time. And so I'm sitting there point blank. He's shooting me with his like wussy little gun, but I'm piling missiles into his face, and he died so fast. And I was like, that guy has like 800 hit points, and I just knocked him completely out. So it's difficult to get used to, but I kept forgetting that those missiles were there.
Well, you just, that muscle memory.
Yeah.
And
got to relearn.
Yep. But it was fun. But flying around as Mercy, just like, oh, res, bye.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
but the
super
hardest thing on the Xbox I noticed is if two people die next to each other, like the way my aiming, that's kind of where on the Xbox, it's like I have res the wrong person.
Yeah.
Because I had it was a Widowmaker die and then a Orisa died. I'm like, oh, go res the Orisa, and then all of a sudden Widowmaker reses. I'm like, dang it. So
yeah, you got to pay attention to who you're pointed at now, because before you just res both. But nope, you get one now every 30 seconds.
It's cool. Well, yeah, 30. So cool. Anyway, so that was it for me and my gaming on there. So
all right. So
go ahead.
I have an indie game spotlight for the week. It's kind of more of an indie platform spotlight. So itch.io is a website. And yes, it looks like Itch.io when you look at it, which is just hilarious to say.
Itch.io.
So that is just a fantastic platform to keep you up to date and just keep your finger on the pulse of the development of various indie games. They do actually sell like a lot of indie games through there, and also there's a lot of indie developers that are posting games on there for free or just like whatever you can pay kind of things. So the game of today, the Indie Game Spotlight, is one of those. It's called Where the Goats Are, and it is a free single developer production. So this was just one guy made this thing. It's about an hour long, pretty darn slow paced, and is basically you are an old woman and you putter around on a little farm where you are raising goats and making cheese and doing goat stuff. Well, you converse with your family members outside of this farm via letters to kind of just, that's how the story unfolds as you go. Reviews of the game are actually like really super positive.
Okay.
Because it sounds like the dumbest game ever. Everyone that's played it is all like, the story is really good. Like, it's touching, it's poignant. The fact that this whole thing takes place on the farm from the perspective of this little old lady instead of from the perspective of the people that are experiencing it actually heightens it, because it kind of gives you like a sense of helplessness, which is not like, you don't often get a sense of helplessness in video games, you know? That's not something, you know, video games are all about making you feel powerful. And so this is different than that. That's not what it's going for at all. And so, yeah, the mechanics are very simple. The game is very simple, but the story is evidently really good. The aesthetics, like visually, it looks very nice. The music is really good. And since it doesn't take that long to play and it is free, I think it's one of those very simple, basic indie games that, yeah, it's good. It's nice to have that kind of thing around. And you know, you've
free.
Got an hour to spend on the thing, then yeah, do it. So that is my indie game spotlight for the week. Where the Goats Are on itch.io.
Where the goats are.
Yes. Follow up on last week's indie game spotlight of the week. I may or may not have bought Divinity Original Sin 2.
Dude, not only did you, I've heard everybody is loving that game.
Super freaking awesome.
And I'm like, so here's the thing. I almost was like, okay, I need to go buy it. But they did announce that they will be bringing it to, I heard they're bringing it to Xbox. So I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, I might wait.
Yeah.
But I have heard amazing things about it.
It really, really feels like a legit pen and paper RPG. Like at a tabletop game, like there's a DM involved that like narrates stuff for you.
Yeah.
And the guy who does his voice is actually fantastic. And yeah, like the interactions and everything, like the character creator. You can change your character's appearance. It lets you pick like from a couple of presets of like their face and their hair color. And obviously you can choose their species. And one of my favorite parts is that they have like 4 different species, and then an undead version of each of those species, which is great. So you can be a skeleton dwarf if you want. So they get some neat pluses.
Do they have beards?
Yeah.
A dwarf skeleton. Okay, just wondering.
You get some neat perks if you're the undead version of that race. Like you get race perks plus undead perks, but you also have to continually keep a mask on. Like you have to, like you can steal corpses' faces and that kind of thing and wear them like a mask, and you have to continually do that. Otherwise, like you walk into a village as a corpse, everyone's gonna kill you. Like you can't do that. You have to be in disguise the entire game. So like just really interesting little twists and turns like that really make it feel a lot like D&D. So yeah, the character creator is less about appearance, unlike most RPGs these days, and way more about actual like everything else. So the stats are like, you can set all of your stats. You can pick your spells and your beginning traits and all of that kind of thing. And it's just huge. And I saw this review on Steam for the thing that a guy was like, he had listed that he had been in the game for 7 hours. And he's all like, I don't know how the actual game is. I've spent 7 hours in the character creator, but that part's awesome.
Wow.
I think he was probably
7
exaggerating, but
yeah.
Like seriously, you could dump
Dang.
hours into this character creator easily. And I went with one of their pre-rolled characters. That's an option. They have pre-created characters, and I just went with one of them for simplicity's sake. But even still, it took me like 30 minutes just to like, I want my character to look like this, and I can still fine-tune their stats and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
That's
it's
one
cool.
of those that you might want to do that first and then go back, start a new
Yes,
character.
do a
and
new
then
character
customize
with
the
all the
crap out of
customization.
him.
That's probably a good idea, because I was looking at it, I'm like, I want this thing paired with this thing paired with this thing, but I don't actually know if those things are going to pair very well because I've never done it before. So
Yeah.
let me learn the mechanics a little bit and then do that. But yeah, and conversations, they just go on and on. Like you can just keep conversation. I mean, they end eventually, but they just branch in way more varied ways than any other RPG I've ever played. And I'm like, that includes some of the legit pen and paper RPG greats like Baldur's Gate back in the day and Fallout and stuff like that. And it just is amazingly detailed and really open, gives you a lot of options. Super cool. Like, it's really dang awesome. Okay. Speaking of Fallout, Bethesda
Oh yeah.
looks like they're legit committed to porting a whole bunch of games over to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Because, their Skyrim's obviously already coming, and they've also talked about Doom and Wolfenstein. Both of those have been confirmed. Actually sounds like they're going to be doing the Fallout series as well. So it's evidently Bethesda, which is one of like the top 4 game publishers in the world, thinks that the Nintendo Switch is doing well enough to start porting their massive AAA titles over to it. And, we're not talking like old crap either. I mean, Skyrim's kind of old, but Fallout 4 is 2 years old. Wolfenstein, or Doom, that was last year. The new Wolfenstein, it's not even out yet. So,
Yeah.
holy cow.
Also, with Skyrim, they're putting a little Nintendo
Yes.
spin on it, so
Yes.
you can put your Link amiibo
Yeah.
on there,
Yep,
and then you
and
get
you
a
can
chest,
get
and you
his-
get the Master Sword. and
His
the-
stuff.
I mean,
That's
okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. And Bethesda looks like they're committed, and I guess maybe I was super worried about like big AAA game developers not paying attention to the Switch for nothing. Like, I guess it's doing pretty
That's
well.
pretty cool.
So yeah, there you go. Good news.
Yeah.
And that is all of the gaming news that I have for today.
All right, Landon.
My gaming news.
Let's hear it.
It is Super Mario Run, of course, because that's all I talk about, gaming-wise.
It's all right.
When was it? A couple days ago, I opened the app and it pops up with notifications that it has sometimes if like there's some little event going on or something. This time, there's going to be an update on September 29th. And all it gave detail-wise was there's a new mode called Remix 10. I don't know what this is like. They really don't give many details on any of this stuff. There's a new world, and all it says was World Star, and it was just a picture of a star. It wasn't like, I don't know. And then a new character, Daisy.
Oh yeah, that's the princess from the second.
Yeah.
No, the Game Boy. The Game Boy.
Yeah. Sure.
That's right. Because in the Game Boy, you actually didn't save Princess Peach. You saved Princess Daisy.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry,
What was the princess's name from Donkey Kong, like the original? Because it wasn't Peach.
I don't think.
I don't remember.
I don't think.
It
I
wasn't
think they
Daisy.
just said princess.
No, she had a name.
Did she?
I can't remember what it was. In Super Mario Odyssey, she's she's like the mayor of New Donk City.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. This
Can't
is great
remember her name.
trivia.
I'm not sure.
Anyways.
And the other thing that they mentioned is it is also going to be 50% off between September 29th and October 12th. So if you haven't already bought it,
Now's the time.
that would be the time because you get new stuff and it's only $5 instead of 10.
That's so cool.
So there you go. That's my gaming news.
Hey, that's good gaming news.
Yes, I'm excited to get the new stuff
Yeah.
because
You're out of stuff to do.
Because you finished it.
basically
Hey,
out of stuff
now
to
you've
do.
got Minecraft, so there you go.
Yeah,
You know what I need
New
to
update
do?
for Super Mario.
You know what I need to do,
Got both.
though, is I want to see how this would work. Because if they're going to make it cross-play with the Switch, and right now the Switch is the only one that you can go to Mario World in Minecraft. So I'm
Could
wondering...
you invite
So if you
other
host
people
the
to
game
Mario
on
World?
the Switch,
Well,
would I be able
this
to
is the
do
thing. This is the thing. If I was able to buy a realm, would it be able to... Like, how would it know that I'm using a Switch? Because if I'm just, like, buying a realm...
Ah.
So that's why that was another thing. I'm like,
You
I
need
may,
a test.
I may have
yourself,
30
Wes.
days free just to...
Just
Everybody
to find
quick,
out.
let's go to Mario World. Because I guess it's a whole, like, everything. They even bring all the Mario 3 bits and everything in there.
Yeah.
And the sounds, everything. And I'm like,
Huh.
maybe.
It'd be interesting
Yeah,
to find out if
I will.
that works.
I will find out. But yeah, that's one big thing that they did for the Switch version is just Mario landed up. So we'll try it out.
Pauline.
Pauline.
That's the name of the princess from Donkey Kong.
Pauline. Okay, you just randomly said that, and I'm like, okay,
I knew what he was talking about.
okay. I was off on Minecraft, I guess, and yep. Okay, back to that. Anyway, good gaming news. Good news for all. I mean, it's great stuff. But I think that's everything, right, guys?
Yep.
Well, awesome. Also, we did want to thank all the listeners, all the people that have been downloading. We're very thankful for everybody that just supports us, whether it's talking on Facebook, sharing our podcast, or just listening. We love it, and thank you, and continue, please. Because we love doing this. This is so fun for us. Because it's really just us talking and you guys listening to us just rant. So we love talking about tech and games and all sorts of cool stuff. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. And did we want to talk about what we're thinking of next week?
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that. Next week, there are 2 events. Microsoft has one on the 3rd, and Google has one on the 4th.
Yes.
So you may be getting some extra content because we are probably going to do 2 episodes, one for each event. Because if we just did it in one, it would be really long.
Ridiculous.
And a lot of crap to go over. So
Plus, if we did it on Monday, we wouldn't have had anything because it's on Tuesday, Wednesday. So,
yes.
yeah, we're going to try and do that. So split it up. Make sure it's not like a 4-hour episode because we could do it. We really could.
Yeah.
Could we?
But we're
Could we?
thinking. We're thinking of. There may be a break.
I might need sustenance or something midway through.
We'll get you one of those hats with some Mountain
That's
Dew.
it. There you go. Okay,
You know,
I can do
strings.
this.
And then a pizza box right here. You may hear some chips
Nom,
rattling.
nom,
Caleb, what do you think? Well, I make sure. But No, just kidding. But that's what we're thinking. We'll have probably 2 episodes coming out on Tuesday, and then another one on Wednesday to cover both of everything. So, and Caleb's gonna bring food because
I guess that's
he's
what
gonna be
now.
here. He's just gonna be here,
just relaxing. I'll bring an easy chair.
Maybe we might have to do that. Anyway, thank you all. We're gonna sign off now.
Bye-bye.
See ya.